special guest in the building. Those that follow us on Twitter, let me just get this out the way. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, every other thing that I keep forgetting about. But yes, if you follow us on Twitter, I did tag our very special guest. He follows gaming knowledge as well as anime knowledge. So give it up for Joe. Clap that hand. What's happening, Joe? What's happening, Joe?
Yo.
Yeah. What's happening, man?
Yo, it's Joe. I'm Joe's Compendium. Joe's Universe Compendium, as some would say.
And that's your podcast, right?
Yep, that's the podcast. You can find it on anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
Okay.
It's mainly played through Anchor, but you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Everything. Deezer.
Everything.
Every audio podcast, that's a store.
Okay.
That's a store.
Okay,
It's true.
Sorry.
It's true though. So you can find it anywhere.
Every country.
No matter what. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of the rocks in like Alaska or like fighting Kim Jong-il in China or Korea or wherever the hell you want to be.
Maybe North Korea might be something that they might not play.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. But you'll find us there. I just uploaded a new episode last week onto our Anchor and on Patreon.
Nice.
It was the initial 3. So give that a listen. Initial 3 is a 3-week review. Me and my co-host Valk, we talk about pretty much all the new anime of the season at the time. And right now, if you're looking for something to check out, Tokyo Revengers.
Nice.
I'm not going to tell you anything about it.
Okay, that's a seed. That's a seed that's been planted, guys.
Tokyo Revengers. Is all I'm going to tell you is that it involves those old style Japanese gangsters. That's it.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah,
Leave
that's
us with that. All right. On the actual ticker itself, if you guys check that out. Check out the ticker. His handle and the podcast is right there on Anchor and on Twitter as well. So, he is a personal friend of ours from how long ago? 2000 and what?
2009, 2010, yeah.
2009.
So it's been 11, 12 years now, right?
Yeah, it's been a
Jesus
grip.
Christ.
And
the years just fly by.
Right?
And we met him through GameStop. So it's very, very gaming-centric way that we met. And he's Xbox head.
Yeah. Xbox first. I will usually, like everybody else who actually plays video games, tend to have pretty much every system.
And
yes. Like, if you talk
I have Xbox, a.k.a. Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
That's
like,
that's only Xbox I got, but you do tend to get two systems.
Yeah. 2, maybe 3 systems. It really depends. Like, right when the 360 when 360 PS3 was out, everybody had every system. There was no in between. Like, there were games on both systems that both sides wanted to play. So you just kind of had those. Yeah. I tend to get Xbox first.
Okay.
PlayStation's usually a little bit more limited. I have my PlayStation. I've been using it more because I play a lot of
3 or 4.
PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I use it more for fighting games, so
that's
it's
usual.
Yeah, that's
usual. It used to be like that with the Xbox 360. It was fighting and football, and then it got and all that hoopla happened. The next thing it went out to the PS4, and the PS4 is now just boom, boom.
Yeah, PS4 is booming. I will say they are booming. They're booming hard, but it is what it is. Xbox is still popping. Don't underestimate that. Don't underestimate what they give you. Can
you check the audio to see if his mic is going great? I'm gonna put it on multi-stream so I can see some chats because I only see it through Twitch. Oh yeah, hear that? I want to hear his voice. So y'all can check my ugly mug real quick. All right, that's cool. Nice.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So it's a live test, people. We're still learning. We got a new mic, got a new guest. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, I like my mic. My mic is really nice.
Yeah, I know.
It's very nice. Yeah. But no.
Peter, my mic though, my mic legendary. Huh?
I don't know. I was like, you better have that for years.
You've had that for a long time.
Yeah. For a long time. And it still rocks.
It still rocks.
It
Yeah.
still works.
If it works, it works.
I take care of it, but
yeah,
it rocks. But Xbox is your thing.
Yeah.
I've had Xbox. I love Xbox, but the way they're moving, I don't necessarily agree with. But I know it's going to be successful.
Yeah, no,
they're moving the Apple way, if you know what I mean. Like the way Phil is moving with the digital and having
he's focusing really on the digital.
A console and then a same console but a little weaker. It's like having the iPhone. And then it's an iPhone, and they made it to an iPhone Pro, and then it's a Pro Max.
Yeah, he's focusing on digital. That's what he's doing right now.
And which
is working. It's working.
It's working.
I'm not saying
there's a lot more to it too.
I haven't played the games in there, but now they have EA Play though. Yeah, that is a power move. That was good. Y'all couldn't say this purchase of 7.5 for Bethesda was great. That EA partnership won me over. That was cool.
You know how I feel about
That was
EA,
cool for
so
me. Yeah, we know EA is
don't even get me started. You know how I feel about EA.
Yes. EA,
All right. So
EA is a terrible company. But there's select games that are great.
select games. Select.
Very select. Like one or two maybe. I'm sorry.
But I do want to say regarding with what Xbox has been doing lately, Microsoft in particular, with the purchase for Bethesda and a lot of the other things. I'm really looking forward to E3. It's been about a year since the last got the news.
You want to just dive into E3? Real quick,
Yeah, let's
dive into
dive
E3?
into
Alright,
it.
E3 is going to be starting on June 12th. Let me put the image real quick. And we were going to go with predictions and whatnot, but let's look forward to it because, again, this is something that from 2020, obviously, that the vid happened. So now we all open it up. And after this, we already know what we're going to talk about for the next segue for that. So let's speak on E3. What are your thoughts for E3 this year?
So, you want to go first? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk.
He got the floor, baby.
I got the floor.
He got the floor.
All right. So first and foremost, it's going to be very uncharacteristic of Microsoft to give us a lot of gameplay, but they're going to have a lot of gameplay.
Of course,
because
go ahead.
the also uncharacteristic, we're tending to underestimate the amount of IPs they have that are actually going to be Microsoft only. They have the same amounts, maybe a couple less, that are on schedule to possibly be out within the next 2 years on Xbox. So I'm talking about the one that we're talking about possible gameplay for Fable, possible gameplay for the new one that looks kind of like Dark Souls-ish, the medieval one that I can't remember the name of.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yes.
I got the name of that.
Yeah. There's like four more games.
And there's also rumors that that Star game, that Star something, the one that Bethesda's been working on forever.
Stargate.
No, not Stargate.
Stargate. I have it in my head. Star something. I don't know. I gotta look it up.
You know, it's not Star Force. It's not Star.
No. Damn it.
I can't think of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Check out the live. You'll see it. Like the images right between both of y'all.
Yeah, cause
that's cool.
Because it's like I know
I don't want to block
it's
your
called
face.
Star something.
I'm gonna look that shit
Well,
up.
anyway,
Xbox, right?
there's rumors that that's going to show gameplay on that. I recorded on that a couple of weeks ago.
Also, fun fact too, a lot of people weren't talking about it. I mean, the drop that they did last year with was it the game that was basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Oh, Grounded. Yeah, that came out last year.
Yep. No, like that was very low key for them, right? Like they said it, like they said it was coming out, but then it came out. Nobody really paid attention, and it was technically an exclusive.
Yeah, but it's like no one, like you said, no one really talked about it.
Yeah. Now I did get to see gameplay, and I got to touch a little bit of it. That game was actually a lot of fun.
It looks cool. It's
It was a lot of
for
fun.
me. It's not a game that I would buy the system for.
Yes, exactly. But this is segueing into something in particular. You know when like you get that one game that you get a system for, but then the next thing you know you've bought 20 games for that system because I didn't want to buy it because of this, just for this, but now since I have it, and then those games start to pile up.
For me, it's like
it's gonna get like that.
My main thing is it's always gonna be Sony because I like to control it better. I'm sorry, I do. I will always go for that no matter what. But if the Xbox has games that I like to play, you know the type of games I like to play. Xbox doesn't release those type of games. Maybe Xbox One, the series might start releasing those type of games.
They might get a couple.
But it has to be exclusive.
Yeah.
Because if it's a it's always going to be PS5 for me. I'm sorry.
I'm just looking at this right now.
Always
Xbox
been.
Series X will have no exclusive titles until 2022.
Yeah, I know.
Holy balls.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
next year, though, right?
But yeah, like 20. We're already almost halfway through this year. If you think about that.
Halo's not coming out this year?
We don't know. Most likely not. They did say they were going to push it back.
I really did like the actual the
trailer,
way,
right?
The trailer was awful.
By the way,
the trailer was awful.
Wait, boy, you never play Halo. Shut your mouth.
I can still say it.
I know, but it wasn't. All right, let me minimize this to see my angry face real quick. Look, we play Halo. Okay, well, I did.
I do too.
And you do too. Okay, you do too. The way it looked and what they wanted to capture, the way how it looked, I respected that. Graphics-wise, for an X, that was trash.
Yeah.
Graphics, trash.
Trash. Absolutely.
But the way they were trying to come off, I was like, damn, they shouldn't have done that. but I get what they were trying to do because it's got to be serious. It's got to be Series X, and I bet you it's still going to have that type of feel. So I don't know how that's going to be, but it is Halo, so it will.
Yeah, I mean, like you could tell, you could also tell like they weren't running it on an Xbox Series X yet. So
they're running on Xbox One X, right?
They were running it on a test system. It was like a test PC, so it was like nowhere near the full capabilities of what it's supposed to be, which is partly also probably why they pushed it back just to kind of see. Which I think honestly was like, it was one of those things where it's like you kind of like shoot yourself in the foot, but at the same time you're like, well, I did it already. I know what I need to fix, so why not, right?
That was a bad look.
Oh, it was a huge bad look.
Everybody, no, it was a bad look, but like you gotta remember, everybody always hates on Microsoft anyway. So what's
That's
more?
funny, 'cause not a lot.
What's a little bit more of a bad luck anyway?
I wouldn't say I hate them. What I'm saying is I just want something I want to play on their system. That's all.
Yeah. No,
It
that's
literally
right.
does not. PlayStation always release games I want. Switch release games I want. How come Xbox doesn't? It used to on Xbox 360.
Yeah, you want to know why? It was because of a lot of the backlash. Like, I think that if Microsoft let Sony do what Microsoft did first, and let Sony do it first, and the roles will be completely reversed. But which we'll probably talk about this later. Sony is not without their faults too. They've got some issues they need to fix.
Let me speak on this because this we just breezed through some topics today, but we're gonna really dive in. But what I want to say is, PlayStation had the opportunity, and they always had the opportunity with Game Pass Ultimate being the competition, but they slacked hard. Yeah. They had PlayStation Now for years.
Yeah, I know.
The price entry was redonkulous.
I never
Only the
even used it.
hardcore
I never really used it
PlayStation fans.
Yeah.
You see my finger there? I got it, and it only had 100+ titles because I believed in that, right? And then I'm like, I'm not playing any other games like that, so I'm just gonna not have it anymore.
Yeah.
And then they Game Pass with their day one exclusive and with all their gems that they had, Sony was just like, oh shit, maybe this is something we need to be doing. And I think that's what they're gonna announce in E3, something to compete with Game Pass Ultimate, and Sony dropped the ball on that. So that's their fault. They fucked up.
I actually think
Walmart tried to get it in 2015.
Yeah, I actually think that if Sony does that now, they're only going to shoot themselves in the foot. What they should be doing is focusing more on what they've been doing, which has been getting them more success, is spending more money on exclusives, which is what they do. The reason why I think Microsoft doesn't have a lot of exclusives is half because, well, the whole thing that happened when the Xbox One came out in the PS4 when they were doing the whole digital thing, and they got a lot of shit for that.
Oh, you mean the DRM shit?
Yeah, the DRM shit,
so
which I was still working at GameStop at the time, and Sony tried to slide that DRM shit at the very end, right before release, and got caught, and then they were immediately like, no, that was a mistake. We're sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tried to slide it in. Microsoft was like, yeah, no, Microsoft, they were like, you know, we're gonna tell you we're gonna do it, and everybody was like, if you do this, we're not gonna buy it. And they're like, you know what? All right, bet we're not gonna do it then. And then
someone tried to say, maybe this could be something that we can use to protect our assets. Let's go ahead and slide. They're like, what are you trying to do? No, we played.
Yeah,
my bad. No, you read that wrong. Don't worry. You read that wrong.
But no. So what Sony does a lot is they spend money. They spend a lot of money.
Now compared to what the $7.5 billion for Xbox, you want to spend a lot of money?
By spending investing? Like they put a lot of money into a lot of companies and be like, hey,
investing.
Yeah,
not
but
spend.
Like sort of. It's a 50-50 because like you got to give them a little bit of money up front, but like
that's Epic. We ain't talking about Epic. We're talking about Sony, boy.
Look, listen.
Epic spends, bro. Like, we went through the numbers of Epic spends.
Yeah, but like what I'm getting at is like they convince a lot of people to do a lot of exclusives for them. Yeah. Plus their hardware,
deals, like exclusive deals like Call of Duty.
Exactly.
That's multi-platform, but they will say, hey, look, we give you this much money for a certain amount of time.
Exactly.
For exclusive. That makes sense.
Now Microsoft decided was like, you know what? They already got the headway because of that, because we fucked up. We're gonna focus on Ultimate. And then they were like, and then if you notice, Sony started trying to step on their toes. And like the little smallest of ways. So then Microsoft basically like, you know what? We got all this money. Why not? And then it was just like, yo, Bethesda, hey, what's up? Yo, what's up? Hey, come over here real quick.
It was a It was a good purchase.
It was a really good purchase.
$7.5 billion.
And it's not just Bethesda; it's the mother company.
It's
ZeniMax.
ZeniMax Media or something like that.
Yeah. So like you get that studio plus all the other studios.
Whatever
like,
they have under the umbrella, you get everything.
You get everything. So it's
and
like
you knew what they were doing, and then with the Game Pass Ultimate again, and which bothers me is because Microsoft is Microsoft. They were there to introduce themselves to compete with Sony and Nintendo, and Nintendo has always been in the back burner when it comes to innovation for online and multiplayer.
Well, they don't care
but
about
as far
that.
as hardware-wise, they're very, very innate.
They focus on their games, and that's what I care about.
Sony is based on hardware and hardware sales with movie-like quality of games. Xbox needed to go ahead and compete with that, and they did, and they've done so. But now,
they're focusing
the numbers weren't racking up. And then they're like, so what can we do as a company to build our brand? Because now we Xbox. They know what Xbox is. So when you think Microsoft, the first thing you're going to say is, oh, the Xbox? But no, we're talking about a Windows PC. Even though laptops and desktops are everywhere.
They've been doing that shit for longer, yeah.
Yeah, but when you say Xbox, you think Microsoft. When you think Microsoft, you think Xbox. So it's like, it's very in your head automatic.
Yeah.
There's no confusion. So how can we expand on that? Sony did that with that, I forgot his name, Kaz something. He was the man when he came with the PlayStation 4, and he focused more on the digital. Like, this is the digital front, this is going to stop popping. And they did, and it worked. Microsoft said, okay, they're competing with that, let's do something different. What is iPhone doing? Let me try to do that without hardware. Let's try that with games. Let's do a service. Let's see what happens. And that should pay off.
That
should pay off.
Like, everybody's like, because like one of the biggest things is like, everybody's like, oh yeah, look at their exclusives. Their exclusives are gonna be on PC too. So I'll just get it on PC. And I'm like,
that too.
You do realize like Microsoft owns the PC business basically, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like PC and Xbox is basically the same thing to them, right? So why would they not put something that they own on both of the things that they own?
Because they automatically have the PC market just being Windows itself.
My thing is, though, like, I don't have to get an Xbox. I could just get, like, a powerful PC, and it's the same exact
shit. Or get the Xbox Series S. Or an Xbox One. Or the Xbox One X. And run the same games on Game Pass Ultimate. Versus getting a big, powerful, big, brolic-ass baby.
Well, which is what they're getting to, too. Yeah. Like, which I understand where you're coming from, but, like, at the same time, it's like, you say, all right, I'll just get a big PC. Blah, blah, blah. You know how much money you're going to be spending on that?
I'm in the process of building one, so I understand.
Yeah. The money that you spend to build a PC and build a good PC is more than what you would do for one of the systems.
But the thing is, you can also use it for other games.
Yeah, obviously. But you also have to take in the second part. Game Pass is pure money for them. Pure money.
Know that.
So like, you're building a PC, and then you're using their operating system. They're like, please, tell me you hate my system, but buy my computer shit, and then still get my system shit to play my games. Yes, thank you. I will take that money.
Just like
give me
Apple.
that money. Give me that money. That's literally what is going on.
And that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Microsoft, they are copying Apple because that's what Apple always did with their iPods when it came out, with their iMacs, and now with their iPhones. And the iPads, you step into that, you get one of those devices, and you figure out that, if I spend this, I can get this. You're not fucking leaving. Yeah. When are you gonna? The only time you're gonna go to an iMac as a regular consumer is if you want to dive into music and video and be a photographer and the like to go get an iMac.
Yeah, no one gets iMacs.
Nobody's gonna get that if you're an average consumer to play Windows games and Microsoft. It's always Windows. So we get that. But what are they? And what is fun? When I found it funny, because it didn't click in my head. After the $7.5 billion purchase of Bethesda, they announced the E3 that their conference is going to be Xbox and Bethesda. I'm like, they're not doing this. Oh, good dude.
They own
the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So that will be good this year to see that because that's going to be legendary. Because you're going to have that staff at Microsoft. I hope they actually blend it to be like a combo show, like have the same Bethesda people doing their thing in a Microsoft conference. That's going to be cool.
What I'm more excited about,
we're covering that live, by the way, guys. We're going to be on that live Sunday. So
what I'm more
cover that.
What I'm more excited about, me personally, is the second half for Nintendo. They already announced all the games that's coming out for the first half. I want to see what their major titles for the second half of the year is going to be, because they're all going to be an E3.
You know what's
as a E3, like a E3.
They're going to be an
conference
E3
this time,
yes,
or just
they're going to have a conference.
Oh, that's cool.
it's gonna be almost kind of like the old days. But what we do know,
I know
because I've been
Pokemon's
keeping,
coming out. I know that.
I've been keeping my eye on it, which as I've been wanting this for a while. We will be getting news for Bayonetta 3.
Do you think we might actually get it? Because they promise that every year and it just never happens.
No. See, there's a difference between them promising it every year and this year when they interviewed and they were like, well, because we can't share all this information, blah, blah, blah. But then the guy in the interview was like, well, we'll have to show you guys something eventually. It's been a while, so we got to show you something soon. And that's like the way that he said it in the context of the everything. Mm-hmm. We're definitely going to be getting some news, if not at E3, very soon.
I'm hoping it'll be at
E3. It's gonna be really good because Bayonetta 3 will be able to put like the cap on a lot of things, like a lot of reasons why people got this system and everything too. So like,
well, that's not the reason why I got it, but I definitely want to get it for that. It's not. No, I'm an RPG guy. You know that.
Yes, I know. But Bayonetta.
I'm getting the game obviously because I love Bayonetta. Obviously, I'm getting it, but it's not the only reason why I bought it.
I mean, that's fair. Like, there's some good games on there, like Xenoblade.
Yes, I
Bravely
own
Default
that too.
2.
I own that too.
Just bought Shin Megami Tensei. I almost messed up. I got the physical edition because I thought I couldn't get the digital edition, the digital deluxe.
I'm getting the Shin Megami Tensei for my PS4. I mean PS5. 4.
I'm getting it.
What, Louis?
4 or 5? Which don't matter.
It comes out on the 4, but it's not on the 5 yet, but I'm going to play it on the 5 because,
That's all right.
There you go.
That's what I meant.
But yeah, I between the two, I was like, I'd rather have this on my Switch because I don't care. Like, my PlayStation is there for any exclusive Tales of game or fighting games.
For me, it's RPGs. It's always going to be my RPG system.
Yeah, like obviously, if my RPGs are going to be on anything, it's going to be those. Like, specifically, like, my PlayStation has Persona, BlazBlue, Tales. That's it.
Blue, man.
I know.
Well, I've been playing
I gotta get back
Trails
into
of
that
Cold
game.
Steel lately, and that's been my system for that.
Yeah.
So.
But like anything else, I usually kind of do on Switch. So it's like
so we have for Nintendo, which is great because it's a conference.
Yeah,
this time
because
around.
there's actually going to be a conference. Like, I'm hoping we get maybe. Well, I want a release date for fucking Breath of the Wild too.
Ooh.
I want that. Okay. We'll see how that works.
That's wishful thinking, but that might be.
I know
possible.
that is wishful thinking.
Hey,
I know.
How
but
about,
I just want.
How about another Smash Bros?
Oh, you know it's going to be
character.
You know there's going to be a new
Most
character.
likely.
It's most likely. Which
So what do you think it would be?
The only thing I can think
Sephiroth
of.
already blown my
The only
mind.
thing I can think
That
of
was
is
crazy.
Crash. That's the only thing I can think of. Because I don't know who else is going to be in there.
Nah, not Crash.
I don't know who else is going to be in there.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Because there's like so much characters they already know. They already have Steve. They already have Sephiroth. They already have Banjo. It's like... And
Who was the last one that got announced just now?
I think it was the Xenoblade chick. What's her face? One from 2. I forgot her name.
From Xenoblade 2? Oh yeah.
You know her name.
Fire. Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Fire and
Yeah. I was at that bitch. And
Yeah.
Mithril, I think. Her name is
Mithra.
Yeah.
It's Mithra and Fire.
I think those were the last ones.
Those are the last two, right? Okay.
So I don't know what else, like, they pretty much announced everything. The only thing I could think of was Crash, but I don't know what else. Bayonetta's already in there.
I wouldn't say Crash, but
I'm thinking Crash.
I'm thinking actually.
Because Crash 4 did come out for Switch too now. And along with the trilogy, obviously.
I'm gonna go on a
E3's gotta be
limb.
something special.
What could it be?
It's gotta be something special.
What will get someone excited?
Because the VGA,
like, man, shit, like,
they got Sephiroth.
Like, what will get everyone so excited?
It's a
I
good
think
question.
Crash, but I don't know.
What about
Me
Resident
personally, I'm
Resident
like,
Evil characters still there?
No, I don't think they will put Resident Evil in there.
it's
they would.
possible because
Yeah, they
Snake is there.
Yeah, they could.
If
And-
they were to put one in there, it would probably be Chris Redfield.
Probably. But
Or
I don't
Wesker.
think that would be that exciting.
or that tall
Lady
anime
Damascus?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they would do that because Resident Evil is not for the Switch.
Yeah, they wouldn't do her. They would definitely do somebody. If anybody, it would most likely be Chris or Wesker. One of those two. If you were to go that route,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're gonna go back to Mega Man and give us 0.
You think? I don't
That
know.
would be so left field.
I don't know if they
That's
would.
what I'm saying.
But
They
isn't he a
did
trophy?
Sephiroth
He's
a
like assist
VGA.
trophy, isn't he?
Maybe.
If I remember correct, I think he's an assist trophy.
Yeah, that's possible.
That's why they're not going to put Waluigi because he's also an assist trophy.
I don't care. I mean, that's my thought process.
Okay,
It's like
so-
I would go there.
0.
I'll go with Crash. I'll just
Crash?
say Crash.
I'm gonna say Resident Evil. I don't really know on top of the head of something that could be better. Oh, but see, that's Sony. That can't do that either.
No, it has to be something
thinking
that can.
Fortnite,
Yeah,
'cause
you have to
Fortnite
think of
can do
something.
every damn thing
You have
that's
to think
known
of
to
something
man.
that can't. That,
No.
that
So no. If it's Resident Evil, it's either gonna be Chris or Wesker. One of those two.
Wesker, okay.
One of those two specifically.
I think
It could be a
something else.
Fortnite character too.
Why the hell would they do that?
Why not?
Because Fortnite is popular.
I mean, I guess.
You know I don't like Fortnite. You know I don't like
So,
Fortnite. but-
Fortnite, dude, they got like 6-on-6
It's
now,
a
3-on-3 for
it's a
basketball.
possibility. It could be a Fortnite character too. It could be that blonde guy, whatever his name is.
That Asian
The one,
something, I don't know.
the
his
blonde
name.
dude that's in all the trailers for
Yeah,
all the
it could be
other
Yeah,
characters.
he's an
possibly
Asian
whatever
something.
his name
I don't know his
is.
name.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. It could
I mean, that is a
possibly be.
possibility.
It's a
but-
possibility. That's what I'm saying. I don't want that, but it's a possibility.
So, possibility in the air, Fortnite character.
Possible. But that's not my guess. My
Mine is
wish.
Resident
My
Evil.
wish is Crash. My wish.
Crash,
Zero.
0. Okay. So that's on Nintendo. What do you think? Oh, EA is probably going to have to apologize for the FIFA fans.
They're not going to.
Probably
They're
not.
probably just gonna brush it off the side. Be like,
they're gonna-
these is new games, and here's the thing that got. Well,
And here's a mode that we're going to have, and then guess what? We're going to have you go to this where you have to pay a lot. So enjoy it.
I was gonna talk about a game, but they were like, no, it's a topic for later.
Yeah. EA Battlefield 6. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Even though it's been terrible.
Even though it's been leaked
audio
for
and
weeks,
visual to the
been
point that you
leaked
can
for
even
weeks,
decipher
it's been
videos
leaked for weeks.
for weeks.
It's like literally, little by little, and for like weeks now, there's been images, snippets, audio.
It doesn't help that the actual
then
developers, like it is a
yesterday-
ballad, but we
and
just
then the
didn't.
other-
We wanted you guys to wait until June, so look forward to it. It's
And
like,
then the
man,
other day, the freaking whole trailer got released. It was like but it was like awful
You can't
quality.
beat the
It has a
internet,
watermark on it and everything. It was awful quality, and I saw it unfortunately.
whoever leaked that, is fired.
I'm sure EA's pissed about that though, because they wanted that to be a surprise, even though it was a really open secret. But they wanted it to be a surprise.
But you know what?
Wanted
You know
to
what would be
wow.
hilarious?
Because what else do they have in their arsenal?
I
You
don't
know what?
know.
Honestly, you know what would be
Sports.
hilarious?
Madden.
Sports. That's all I
No,
know.
you know what would be hilarious? They do this, but it was purposely leaked, purposely at that kind of quality, to smokescreen us because they have an entire new IP that they're gonna drop on us right after it.
Yeah, it could
Well, how it depend on the IP though. It has to be what kind of IP would it be?
something totally new,
Something completely
something completely different. That hopefully doesn't end up like Watch Dogs.
different. Yeah.
Just saying, we were so wowed when Watch
Bro!
Dogs came out, bro.
Everybody was wild.
Everybody. They
We
got
were like,
swindled.
oh
they got
my God.
bamboozled.
And we got
Swindled.
it's like
Bamboozled.
it's like going down the street in the middle of the Bronx and you being kind of new to the area, but you're not completely new. And then that one dude was like, "Yeah, I got that new spot," and he shows you a little bit of that from that new spot. And you're like, "Oh, that's that new stuff." You turn around and get caught and get snuffed, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What happened? What happened?"
I'm telling you, like,
It was pretty bad.
yeah. So let's hope that doesn't end up. You're all right. That could be
So
awesome.
what are you expecting from Sony?
Oh, a lot. They're
They're not going to be at E3 though.
we don't even have the release date of what they're gonna do. So it's probably gonna be like the 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. What they
Well,
do
the thing
every
is,
year,
Sony is not
but
doing an E3.
their own thing though.
But they're probably going to do their own thing. That's
At
what
the
I'm
same
thinking.
time, so they had an E3.
That's what
So
I'm
they can do
thinking,
their
yeah.
own thing.
It's so dumb. And it's so backwards dumb shit because
It is
to me
kinda stupid. Like, why?
It's like
Stick
all right,
to
I mean,
E3.
we're gonna do our own thing. Okay, when are you gonna do it? The same time during E3. It's like,
Like why?
what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
The only thing I liked about that, the reason why they did that is they had their own theaters to watch it.
Yeah.
It's okay, but it's still stupid. Like
It's like, what was the reason? What was the reason?
What do you think will be announced?
the
God of War gameplay. That's me personally.
God of War Ragnarok,
God of War,
yeah, that's gonna
Ragnarok
look delicious.
gameplay. I want gameplay for
That's
that.
gonna look
I
delicious.
want fucking gameplay for that.
What I'm looking for is other games that would take advantage of the DualSense controller. That's very, very unique and different. Maybe they'll show more of Horizon, another new trailer, even though that was already spoken about.
Well, they
in State
maybe
of Play,
will
but
go do a release date because they didn't announce
They
it.
didn't. I hope it's this year.
Let's not forget they have just as many games with no release dates or no gameplay that Microsoft does right now that they need to attend to.
Which ones?
Which is bad because I don't remember any of these names. A lot of
they
all the
said you can't
shooters.
touch- you can't talk crap
That's what I'm
about it
saying,
without
like-
knowing
No,
shit.
neither side. Like that's
But
the issue
Xbox
though.
got no.
That's the
Xbox
issue.
got no first-party titles right now.
None.
No.
At least they have. At least Sony has a line that they could still dice a release date.
I'm gonna say
and still be straight.
God of War, Ratchet and Clank, Horizon, That's already 3. I just named big towns.
Are they coming out this
but
year,
I
though?
think that's, Ratchet and Clank is June.
Oh no, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, no, Ratchet and Clank. Sorry, I know Ratchet and Clank.
Horizon should be, and I think it's actually going to be in the
We
holiday.
don't know. We don't know when.
We don't
What was
know.
the last one you said?
God of War. We don't know when that's coming out.
God of War is
I
not
don't-
going to be
I
out
don't
for at
know
least
about
another 2-3
that.
years.
You think another 2 years? I think next
They
year holiday.
did all they did was give us. They did the same thing as Bayonetta 3. We got a title. We got a title screen.
Yeah,
Nigga, that's the title screen at the beginning of the game. They
They
were like
to do that.
they were like this. Shit, are we gonna make this game or not? Yeah. So yo, where's the title screen guy?
Oh,
I'm
shit.
right here.
Oh, I know. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what you always want. I know you always. You ask
Yeah,
for
that-
that every month.
Well, guess what?
Every week. Sony.
You're not gonna get that. You're gonna get more gameplay for the other one. And we're gonna get a.
No, it's gonna come out already. That's coming out already. The integrated?
Yeah,
it comes out a week before. I think a week before E3.
Yeah.
Does it? Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, it does,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
We're gonna get
It
more
co-
for
no,
that.
It comes out. You could be right, but it comes out the 15th.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, yeah,
3
yeah.
days before. So they could and segue to part 2, so then it could kind of tie into it.
Sort of, most likely. I
But
mean, like they
really
already
want
started
that
doing
shit,
that.
'cause You already
I
know.
want some
You were
game-
there.
I want some-
You were there, Joe.
I want
When we
some-
looked, I still remember this. I'm not gonna speak on this. When we watched the first time, we seen that motherfucking. We seen the playground. Joe got him. He said, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" I was like, "What? Oh!" And I heard. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I saw
I
him
was like,
screaming
"Oh,
too. We all
Man,
were fucking screaming.
That was so great.
But yeah,
that was so great.
honestly, I want more gameplay for Final Fantasy 16 because they showed the trailer last year, so I want more of that. I honestly want more of that.
I'm fine with that. The other thing though,
Dave.
no, there's a couple games
Yeah,
that
they didn't show off 16 gameplay, so they could.
They
there's
could,
a
that's something.
there's a couple games like this is the biggest issue that I have with what both companies are doing. They're trying to show off too many games at once.
Yeah,
And
not
it's
promising.
very hard to keep track to remember about these games when you know you're not gonna see them until now, right?
That fucking moon thing that they showed off, that was like 2023. Do I really want to fucking see that shit?
I don't want to see that now. Show it to me next year.
I'm saying, like, why are you gonna show me 2020? Oh, release date, holiday, 2022. Bruh, I didn't even get through the whole year yet. Don't show me
Bro,
release date.
bro, I'm
what
still
was that
show-
game? I don't know, the moon landing game with the little space lady. She's like an alien.
I don't
You mean
remember.
Returnal?
No, that came out already.
Oh, I was about
I
to
don't
say.
like that game.
You didn't even play it, so you
like
can't
that game.
even say anything
I don't
about
like
it.
that game.
No,
It
so
starts with a PH, doesn't it? Fatoma, Fat or something.
Oh, I remember which one you're talking about. I
Yeah,
can't remember
I
the
can't
get- I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I'm looking to see more for like Corvs, Rises 1, more for the medium because did that come out already or no?
Yeah, that came out.
Okay, good. Wait, wasn't that exclusive?
It's an Xbox exclusive, but like no one knows about it.
What happened?
Well, PlayStation 5 has more exclusives than the PS than the Xbox.
But you just told me the Xbox didn't have any.
He said it.
Oh, they don't have it.
I was about to say he said it. I didn't say it. It
Look,
came out for
look.
the PC. That's why. It came out for the PC. That's why.
If you say anybody who tells me, oh, it came out for the
Microsoft. What they come out this year? What first party title?
Medium.
Oh, that shit came. That was ass-tastic, bro. It already came out. I didn't even get to play it on my Game Pass. I thought it was supposed to be heavy. And then I read the reviews. I'm like, that did suck like that? I'm like, no, that looked good. Yeah, you are right. It hit medium. I remember that.
yeah,
and it looked
no,
hot.
It looked hot, and
This
like the
is
music
cool.
too, right? Like
Yeah, and I had that download. I just have it. But then when I read the IGN, it's failed
It got
concept. I'm like,
awful.
how was that failed concept? That was cool. I'm gonna somehow try to play it and connect the PC to my thing. I'm trying to wait until my hub device has Game Pass Ultimate so I can actually play online with it. You know?
But it's just
There's a
but that's
couple
the
others
only
too.
one I could think
no,
of.
medium for this year. There's got to be something for Xbox that had this year besides Bethesda.
Well, it could be Halo. Halo might be coming out this year.
No, Halo has to come out this year.
Yeah.
They have to come out this year.
If they don't, I don't know what's gonna come
I
out.
don't
then.
even know why, but they have to. I'm
But
saying they have to.
we'll get there. But like, there's a couple games that I do remember seeing on the trailers. What was the girl that everybody fawned over on last year's E3? That everybody was like, she's the most adorable little thing. Blah blah blah. I can't remember. The same time, she was. Fuck. I can't remember the name of the goddamn game.
Got your source. Your phone.
Like, it's driving me nuts.
I can't even find the damn name for the space thing that I was talking about.
Like,
I think it's called Phantom or something. Something. If somebody in the comments can just, if you're listening and hearing it, understand it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive from 2022 to 2023. It's supposed to come out. And
All
it was a
I
space
know-
thing, alien girl, little girl. I forgot the damn name.
all I know is that like We already got Cyberpunk. We got those. We got all that mess. We got all of our like major ones that like we were supposed to remember by now, right?
Yeah, but
There's
there's
a
gotta be something for Microsoft though.
we'll see. Like E3, like I said, E3 is probably gonna have a lot of really good news for you and Microsoft if they handle it properly.
Will we get an apology, which we technically did on E3 for Cyberpunk 2077?
I highly doubt it.
I don't know. I mean,
Or maybe
as
it's
somebody,
as buggy as hell.
Alright, so I played a lot of it, right?
Okay, how was it from your
From
perspective? Very
day
quick, how
one,
was it?
day one, fucking fun as shit. Story was great,
Yeah.
game was great. It had some bugs, but you know, there's two major things. The game was massive, completely new technology for the visuals. It was like a reflection technology that like no other
ray tracing?
Yeah, ray tracing. That's not. Do you really think any of the older gen systems can handle that?
They did not. They can't.
Exactly. That was an issue. Which you know.
It's been an issue.
Yeah.
They shouldn't false advertise. That's the shit.
Yeah,
That's
their
some yeah that was a false
shouldn't have-
that was
advertisement,
an
right?
issue. Yeah.
But despite all of that, I can count on my hands how many hot fixes that team has been working 24/7.
You know why they're working 24/7? Because they got threatened with a lawsuit and class action. and jail time from
Exactly.
Poland.
But then
That's why.
I'm gonna bring you a question. Did the same thing happen when Witcher 3 came out?
You know
Did they
what?
get the did they get the class action lawsuit then? But you know what? But you know what? What happened there? What happened? Year later, what did Witcher win? Game of the year? Did it not?
It did not
What
have
company?
as much issues than
It had
Cyberpunk
more.
did. It did not.
It did.
Oh,
If
Witcher,
you-
no, Witcher was infamous, but not like I don't know.
No. Witcher
I think
was
Cyberpunk-
just as infamous.
But Cyberpunk, I think what it was is there were more so.
There was more
of,
publicity. There
It was more publicity because Keanu Reeves in the face of Keanu Reeves. That's liability already. You fucking up and you got a damn movie star appearing in your game for one. Second, because it was so hyped, right? And the publicity was
kept-
backed. But they didn't have any reason of why it was so glitchy and forced it and rushed it, which was on. That's their error.
Like,
But
it's a
I don't know about the
50-50.
Witcher. I
It was
knew
a
that the action-
50-50.
It was very buggy for The Witcher.
No,
know that.
it had buggy issues, yes, but it was not as bad as it was.
No.
Cyberpunk.
Bro, did you
Witcher
see-
was just as bad.
No,
Did you see
it
the
was
memes?
not.
But did you see the memes for Cyberpunk though?
Yeah, they were fucking great.
Well, yeah, of course they're great. So are you talking about some bias? Like they were great because they were buggy as hell.
No.
Like,
The
like,
game
no,
itself,
it was
despite like,
not.
I don't know.
go
Man.
look
it
back.
up.
Go back.
I can't
Go
find
look it back. Go back and look it up.
Look it up. See how much bugs. Look it up. Make
Like-
that tonight's little mission for you.
Like,
Put a little
alright.
separate tab. How much bugs does The Witcher have
But like no,
compared
so
to
it took them about a year to fix to fix Witcher.
Yeah.
It took them about a year. That's a lot of issues,
That's
lot
a
of
lot.
bugs. Cyberpunk's going through the same thing. From the first week when that game came out up to like the second week, they had 3-4 hot fixes. Me personally, I only had my game crash a couple times. Despite that, like obviously, like some of the visual issues that were going on, like I only ran into some of the visual issues that people were running into like once, but otherwise, like the game itself was fun as fuck. The story was fine,
and I
like
always
everything
wanted
was
to try it, but
fine.
when it was that buggy, now
Like-
I have a PlayStation 5. Do I really want to have that crash randomly? You know what that game does to your PS5? I don't know if that happens now, but before when it came out,
It killed the PS5, didn't it?
yeah, it put it in rest mode, and then it was like, oh, try to reboot me, coma. You couldn't do it anymore. They're like, oh, my PS5 died. And how rare to get a PS5 now to just have that shit die over
Bro.
a game?
Bro,
Damn,
like
bro.
I'm so confused because like I heard that happening from PlayStation. I don't know if it happened a lot with Microsoft.
It was more Microsoft PC, and PC happened and all that melted cards and whatnot because it ran so damn hot and bugs and crashes.
Yeah.
Microsoft, I don't know. I think it was, but not as bad because the rest mode and how the PS5 was versus the suspend and rest mode through the Xbox are very different. So maybe
They're
it attacked.
extremely different.
Yeah, that's what. So it could have been like that. I don't
Yeah.
know, you know what I'm saying? But
But,
when I
yeah.
found out I'm a PS5 owner and that shit gonna die, I'm not getting that game until that shit's free on PlayStation Plus. I'm saying, or maybe $10. So fine, but
Yeah,
if
no,
you're saying
I
that it went through a lot of
personally-
bugs,
personally-
and Witcher had more. I better hope Cyberpunk is great because Keanu Reeves
Cyberpunk-
pissed.
I mean, like if you look at their catalog of games that they've dropped,
Yeah.
and all the good games they dropped,
Yeah, so it's
it
like,
speaks for itself. It's like that's why I'm kind of like that's why I say it's 50-50 because like the publicity was out there, they were talking a lot of shit, blah blah blah. But instead of pushing it back twice, they should have pushed it back once and been like, look, listen, we feel like there's going to be way too many issues coming out, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to rush this because everybody wants us to push it out, but in good conscience, we can't do that because we don't want to kill anybody's system or betray any expectations, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't, and like, there was a lot of pressure on a lot of different sides, and now that pressure, and now that double back, and now people are getting mad, and it's like, this is what happened. This is a problem in the gaming industry in general, and it's like, it's in one way, it's a really good thing that it happened because it brings into light like these developers get a shit ton of pressure from like 70 different 90-degree angle ways that they can't like deal with it all, and like they get put in these situations where they release a buggy game and they have to fix it while it's live.
And it comes up like, you know, because we used to have a game and there'll be a done game and the game is done. Finished.
Yeah.
Now we live in an age where we had a game that's half baked, a couple of fixes, and it'll be straight for the next 6 months, and another bug fix, whatever. But now I think developers got so comfortable, or somehow their organization and the way they're running things in the studios is bonkers to the point that now you release something and that game is ultra buggy and you weren't prepared for that. Yet you could have caught that back in the day, but because there's so much pressure behind, they're like, well, the industry's already used to giving you 60% of the game versus 100%, so we're gonna give them 52. Boom!
Yeah.
Yo, roll the D100. Which number? We got 47. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Roll it.
It's so bad.
And it's
like
so
how
bad
they
because
think
guess
like
who gets
that.
hurt? Us.
Exactly. It's so bad.
With
why
hilarious
they even
memes,
think
but
about
us, we get hurt.
Yeah.
it's just so bad. It's like, yeah, they don't finish games anymore. It seems like they just don't finish them anymore. We have a bunch of day one
Just like
patches.
Destiny
and
came
now
out,
all
and
kinds
they
of
found
patches
out.
and shit.
They
It's
found out that like,
crazy.
oh, the season, the first ever downloadable content was already in a disc from day one. All they had to do is give you an update to unlock whatever was in the game. So they literally gave you like 70% of the game, and go, oh, you want to play the 30% extra that you already bought? Here's what you can do. Spend another $40, and that can unlock the whole entire game that you already bought already.
I hate. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on DLC shit. Don't even get me started.
Yeah. And that's
a whole another level.
Yeah, because that's exactly what it is. All right, we are diving into a whole bunch. This is what we like. This is what you know. So I predict Sony for the Game Pass Ultimate Competitor, which is obviously going to be a souped-up PlayStation Now with PlayStation Plus, and maybe some day one, just like the Xbox has been doing, which they should have done in the first place.
They should be getting some classic games in there too. I think
that too, or maybe I don't know, do some shit. I'm thinking Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Finally, I'm not expecting to come out this year. Next year,
it's definitely not.
What else for Sony? More games that you take advantage of the DualSense controller.
The DualSense, I know you want.
Oh, I got you.
Like.
I got you. This one's the most realistic out of this. Ghost of Tsushima for PS5.
Okay. Yep.
I can see that.
And also Neo 1 and 2 remastered for PS5.
That's already out already.
It is out? Okay,
Yep.
good.
Okay.
And then you have what was the other one? Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Remastered for PS5 and Xbox Series X.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, it could be a possibility. It could be a possibility.
Not a possibility. You look at the track record. Look at the track record. They're gonna give you these things because they want to hold you off because none of the games are ready yet. Like all the games they gave us are all fucking trailers.
I will say this generation is an odd one because these are one of those generations where you grab the system and hope for another year of what's gonna happen. Like what other games are gonna happen? Because
that's why a lot of people have
like
gotten
PS5. The only thing that was hot when it first came out was the Spider-Man. I'm not fucking with Spider-Man like that. I don't.
Like, you could have bought it for the PS4.
That's it.
Like,
so I'm like, okay, but like, no, I want something.
So why did you grab the PS5?
Because it's a rare beauty. It was so hard to grab it, as well as a Series X, that when you grab it, you're like, I got one. What's up?
Yep.
What you got? That dusty old black dusty PS4? I got a PS5, boy. That's what I got.
He went from a jet engine to a silent missile.
You know what I'm saying?
How quiet is that, by the way?
Thing. Nice. When it loads up the disc, it's like, okay, and then it stops. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty quiet. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's
Once
really
it
quiet.
runs,
So is it?
the
So,
digital's very quiet.
all right, so we'll see how it is within a year.
Should be good. Yeah, the year's almost over-ish. Another 6 months-ish, right?
Yeah.
I was about to say.
No, because I say that because Sony has that terrible, you know.
Well, I did have the PS4 since its release date, and it worked fine for me.
Yeah, I had my
Yes,
old one.
no.
The
I'm not
entire
talking about
time.
it working. I'm talking about how loud that motherfucker gets.
Oh yeah. That fucking, it sounds like a damn struggling
Hey, as
Honda
long as it
Civic.
works, I can kill it.
Struggling Honda
As
Civic.
long as it works, I can kill it.
Yeah, no, it was like, oh god, like,
My boy Ali had to do that. He said my shit was sounding so loud, I had to go ahead and wipe the dust, and boom. I was like, oh well, I'm not gonna head and do that. I'll have that run until it sounds. Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It just needs air. That thing is struggling.
yeah. Meanwhile, I always found it hilarious. The Xbox over there just like can't even hear it.
Yeah.
Turn that shit. You turn that shit on, and you're like, yo, is that on? Yeah, it's on. Walk over with the ping pong ball that they were doing before. Is that floating? That shit's floating. This shit is floating. Oh shit.
Yeah, I remember the 360 when I had that. The only noise I remember that it made was when I turned it with the disc in.
Oh yeah, and when it,
Well, you're not supposed to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't think the whole thing cut inside the disc. And then when people had to trade it in with their trading the games out, they're like, hey, I want to trade these games in. All of them had that same exact signature. You put your nail on it, you just feel all that inside. I'm like, damn, bro,
you turn your system, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't take this, but it's ain't good. Nah, bro, I know this. I have an Xbox. That's not gonna work.
Look at me dead in my eye. I tried that too.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I tried that too. It doesn't work after that. You can't take the games. What else for E3? 2021 starts at June 12th. Announced is only Xbox, as of today, of course. Xbox and Bethesda on 1 p.m. on Sunday.
I'm sure more dates will be announced.
Ubisoft. What's happening with Ubisoft? What do you think? Another Assassin's Creed.
That's a given.
Somehow.
Another Just Dance, because that's a given.
Another Watch Dogs,
Far
maybe.
Cry 6, even though it was just released
Yeah.
on Game Trip, maybe it'll release some more stuff. Who knows?
I actually don't think we'll get another Watch Dogs.
Oh, maybe a Division.
Maybe
Tom Clancy's
Division.
Division.
How long has it been since 2 came out?
A while now, I think. Almost 5 years, right?
No.
Not 5, but like, it feels like 5 years.
Let's see.
It feels like
Said
5 years.
Division, right?
Division 2, yeah. The Division 2, 2019. Okay, 2019.
Oh, so it's too early then, okay.
Never. Yeah, it's a little
Maybe they
early.
might do a.
It's too early. Maybe a
DLC.
DLC, obviously.
Or maybe they might show off the trailer for the movie of Splinter Cell.
That's true.
Has been rumored.
Oh, yeah.
That might actually lead to a new Splinter Cell game.
But what game
Yo,
stuff?
if they come out with a new Splinter Cell, that's like okay.
That would be good. I'll be happy with that one. As long as they keep with the stealth and not what they did in that last Splinter Cell game that came out for the 360.
Oh,
Where they made it
wow.
just pretty much like a fight.
A multiplayer?
No. It was a shooting game. It wasn't even a stealth game anymore.
a rail shooter?
It was just shooting, just like Call of Duty.
That sounds kind of bad.
It's pretty much a Call of Duty. It's like, no, I play these games for the stealth, not for the shooting.
You know what?
Now with the DualSense controller, if it was for when it comes out, that would be cool. Like you can when you approach somebody, that heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. You know what? Wishful thinking here. If they did this, I would buy it day one. And you can mark my words. They go back with Assassin's Creed and do the thing that we all thought they were going to do, is the modern time Assassin's Creed with Desmond.
That'll be interesting.
That'll
We'll
be
see.
To go back, yeah. I don't think they would, but if they did
Yeah,
that,
I'm
I
not
would
sure.
buy that.
I'm not sure they would.
They've done everything so far. That we
I'm
could
just trying to think of
off the top.
Ubisoft, other things they would want. Like, the only thing I can think of is what they usually bring out every year.
A
Maybe
new
just
For
a
Honor.
whole new IP in hopes that it doesn't end up like fucking
Phoenix Rising or whatever
Watch
it's
Dogs.
called. Immortal Phoenix Rising. That thing was. It was
Yeah,
a
it was popular.
Breath of the Wild clone. That's what it was. Down to the T. It was bad how much of a clone it was.
Jeez.
Yeah, which by the way, from what I'm reading, yeah, it looks like, yep, both Cyberpunk and Witcher 3 had similar scores on launch, but like Cyberpunk, it was evidently executing that wasn't quite finished. That's they pretty much people are saying that Cyberpunk and Witcher 3 were the exact same thing in terms of
That sucks.
bugs.
I just remember Witcher 3 didn't get much publicity.
No, it didn't.
Of course, because it was just a game. When you got it on E3 promoted with Keanu Reeves, the attention's right there, and it looked good. It looked real good.
Yeah.
And all those bugs happened.
But like honestly, like I really give it a shot. If you haven't played Cyberpunk because you're afraid of bugs, give it a shot. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Now we're gonna go segue to PlayStation with the PlayStation Now because we want to talk about what their what do you have noted on this? I think we kind of spoke on it already. Just want to see what you have written down.
Which?
I think I kind of mentioned it too.
You mean the Battlefield or Stone Attack?
No, PlayStation Now.
I don't have anything for now.
Sony. Anything Sony related? I probably just chose the PlayStation Now.
You probably just chose
All right, well, we'll be very quick, but I will say that, which you kind of briefly talked about that with the E3 review. Sony now is realizing that their PlayStation Now service needs a bit of a boost
Well, yeah, that's a given.
because they've been having it since 2015 when Walmart was trying to dive into some live streaming. There was a time
I don't know what
like,
Walmart was
I'm gonna go
thinking,
ahead
bro.
and try to do my thing. And then Sony's like, no, you're not. Purchase Gaikai for some odd
Yeah, it
$1
was
billion.
Gaikai.
Yeah, Gaikai.
Oh yeah, no, that's like. Sorry to like say this randomly, but like that's the thing that Sony does. Where Microsoft like does like what they're doing with that, Sony is like, damn, you're doing all that. I'm gonna just try to take advantage of like the whole like anime scene. Like, I'm gonna buy everything anime, bro.
Funimation.
And Crunchyroll. They're still trying. They're still in the process of finalizing the deal for Crunchyroll.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the
And then
only
what they did with Discord just recently.
Yep.
It was Microsoft was supposed to buy it for $10 billion. Discord's like, I ain't trying to have your own.
And now
Sony's like,
Discord's
all right,
working with
well,
Sony now.
Work with me, give you some dollars, come work with me. You can still keep your IP. They're like, all right.
And now Discord's working with Sony now.
yeah.
They work it smart. Did you see what the if you seen our episode or previous episode with the documents through Epic vs. Apple?
Oh, yeah.
What Sony tried to do, and which is probably the best thing they did because they need to make money. They went ahead and had a court document leaked that if you were to play Fortnite, this was all Fortnite because remember,
Yeah,
all right,
I remember the whole
time-
thing with Fortnite.
Yeah, remember the time that they had PlayStation was the one that was withholding, like they backed away from cross-game platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so they want Sony to be Sony alone. That's it. So what happened was the court documents leaked that they made a deal with Fortnite. So if you have Fortnite and you got a PlayStation Network and you signed up with Fortnite and you're playing, but then you turn around and use that same PlayStation Network ID on your iPad, right? Or Microsoft. And then you went ahead and bought skins on the Microsoft. You bought guns, whatever. You bought a battle pass for the iPad. Sony was smart. They said, if you did that, we get a cut of what we missed since he's using our own PlayStation Network ID. So
Right.
everywhere you go, I'm going to get a cut of an estimated revenue because I ain't trying to get cheated and use my resources and my ID and my infrastructure off of other platforms. No other company has done that we know of. But Sony's the only one outright because if it did come out, then Microsoft would have had some form of the same agreement. Sony was smart. So when it came to that Gaikai thing with Walmart, when they tried to do Walmart, I was like, what? You ain't built like that. You just built to sell game. Hey, I'll buy this. And instead of working with Walmart, they got purchased out by Sony. And OnLive was popping. Remember OnLive? The first ever cloud streaming? And as soon as Sony bought that and they released PlayStation Now, tanked. Gone. Game over. And now Sony has the PlayStation Now on TVs. Again, it was everywhere. It was on TV. It was on Android devices. It was even on... just recently, I think it was on the Apple platform, and then now on Apple TVs and whatnot. But here's the thing. They just had the structure, and they had the games, and they've been slowly growing for $20 a month. That was too high for somebody, an average Joe, to experience Sony in the best, cheapest monthly way possible. So now, and they looked at this and they go, well, damn, Game Pass Ultimate is popping. What's the difference between my PlayStation Now and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate? Well, first off, there's Game Pass. Then there's Game Pass Ultimate. And including the Xbox Gold already built in to the Game Pass. Is it a Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate is only included with the Xbox?
Game Pass Ultimate.
Game Pass Ultimate. So the Game Pass Ultimate has Xbox Gold built in. Plus you get more games through PC. day one on Xbox games. Sony only had a select games when it started at 100, and then they said, okay, $20 a month. Now it's $10 a month because it's in the competition. So this year, they're going to somehow combine forces with the PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, and offer something that's either equivalent, less, or more. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. It could just be a copy and paste, just looking blue in the PlayStation logo of Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
Because they got to go where the money's at. And Phil did show that for Microsoft, that there's money in services, and here you are. So when these numbers come out from Microsoft and selling the actual property, like the actual hardware, it's like Amazon. They're selling books and they're selling all the digital stuff. They ain't dealing with systems and hardware. We got services. So that's what I'm thinking what Sony's going to do for PlayStation Now. But what do you guys think? What else they can implement with PlayStation Now that could differ from the Game Pass Ultimate? What do you guys think?
Well, both sides are doing the Game Plus. You get the free games, or whatever with the Plus, right? My thought process.
Day one release for Microsoft is the one that's very different than PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because when you got
Do you think PlayStation could do it?
They tested it with Oddworld.
They did.
And they made it free. The game came out, but they made it free for Sony PlayStation Plus members.
PS5 members.
PS5 members.
Yeah.
Microsoft does that on every first-party title. So if Bethesda comes out with a game, boom, you're getting it right on. You don't even need an Xbox Series X.
So PlayStation
You can just get a
should do
PC and play
something
it.
similar to that.
That's what I'm saying. Because when you get a PlayStation 5, you get the PlayStation Collection already.
Yeah.
So they'll take out the PlayStation Collection, and as long as you sign up for PlayStation Now, you have that collection. Mm-hmm. Make money off of it, right? And maybe day ones. I hope day ones. That'd be cool.
Day ones, yeah. I mean, but like that does remind me of like a lot of people, an article coming out where Sony and Microsoft both admitted that they don't make money off of their systems anyway. It's the
No system makes money. No thing makes money.
Besides Nintendo, they're the quickest to turn a profit because they don't spend that much money.
Well, they don't have that powerful systems either.
That's what I'm saying. So they make a quick buck versus PlayStation and Sony. It takes some years, and then when they do that, they say let's make it better, make a slim version.
Yeah, they make their money
cheaper,
through software
thing,
and through memberships and shit.
Mm-hmm. It will take longer now with all the shortage bullshit that's happening. So it'll take longer for them to turn a profit, but Microsoft did learn that. Yeah. They don't want to depend on hardware sales. It is a first glance look for investors to say you're not selling any units and you're not doing great. But when they look at the Game Pass Ultimate, they go, well, you're getting something's happening, you know.
Yeah, and the Game Pass Ultimate being so flexible as it is, honestly, I don't really know what Sony can do.
Yeah,
but like they can match it at most. I think they can't really do much better.
Remote play.
Yeah.
Maybe they could do that with LTE and all the iOS devices. So instead of Microsoft with the Game Pass Ultimate, they have their Project X Cloud that was tested on T-Mobile devices and on their network only. Mm-hmm. And they're always going beating their head with Apple. The thing that PlayStation has already is remote play, which they could just technically take that service and just allow them to use LTE, and now you can just play your PS5 or PlayStation 4 with all the games you already have with your PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 on the phone. Cool. So announce that you could do it on without Wi-Fi, cool. And that will blow everybody's mind because at every given time you can play a PlayStation game. Mm-hmm. You got 5G coming out, might as well. Now there should be no reason for that. I personally would love that because imagine just taking the phone and going, I want to play with your PS5. As long as you have the iOS 14.5, you can play with the DualSense controller.
Yeah.
All the new iPhones that's going to be coming out, it's already going to have that baked in. So, but I don't know anything different that the PlayStation Now can do because they already had it. It's just adding more features.
Yeah, so pretty much if they match what Xbox has,
then now they're on the not even playing field, but now they have to compete. Now they're going to see what's the price structure, what are the entry level.
Well,
sign up, $7.99 or.
They have to. Well, we have to see what they'll do if they do that.
Yeah.
But even still, like even if they do decide to do that, that's already kind of like a bad look. Like it'll be a
bad look because it's like, oh, so now you're copying now. It's a bad look. It's gonna look like.
It's gonna look bad.
But isn't it what people want?
Yes. Sony, the ones that have that ecosystem, they want that because now, in order for them to have that experience, they have to suck up with games that they don't want and sign up for Game Pass Ultimate. And then Microsoft got EA Play for the Game Pass Ultimate, so they making partnerships. They already bought Bethesda. Now that they're home, now they made a partnership with EA Play. What could Sony do? So Sony, let's match up with Game Pass Ultimate. Maybe it has some other exclusives. Who knows? Maybe they might partner up with exclusive Japanese studios.
Square
And that
Enix.
could come up. Square Enix could be another one. An exclusive partnership where it's all Square Enix and that one particular Sony. You know, like every Square Enix game could come out first exclusive with the PlayStation Now membership. I don't know. When it comes to that, because Xbox does have the power right now when it comes to that service. When you want to talk about butting heads, they both. Microsoft's
So
already
just
winning with that.
because people will think it's copying, you don't think Sony should do it?
I'm not saying I didn't say that. I just said
What are you
have to
saying?
keep. I'm saying they have to keep that in mind because you have to remember. You have to look at these people, right? 90% of our shit is copy, right?
Well, duh. That's always
nothing's original-
nothing's original anymore.
That's a whole different debate. But you have the issues where like you have the copies, and then you have the issues where like you're going from like Netflix to Hulu to HBO Max.
So what do you think PlayStation should do then?
Take advantage of what they already do. Like I said,
Yeah, PlayStation Now. Just
Like-
add more perks and just call it.
make it better. Like
PlayStation
it's
Now
not
Plus
make
or
it
something.
not a piece of shit. But like, like take advantage. Like the whole thing. What was the first thing I said before? The biggest thing that Sony has always had going for them is the ability to get people to get exclusives for the system. Leverage that. You leverage
They
that.
always been doing that though. Do you know how much first party titles they could just wipe their ass and go, here's one.
Yeah.
There you go. Here's another one. Oh, you
Yes.
want that one? I got you.
Yeah.
I got 5 in the back. You want some? They have that.
Yes.
But what could they do
But exactly.
feature-wise to
Exactly.
leverage that?
That's where that comes in. That's where the ingenuity comes in. Like you have to figure those kind of small things out.
Yeah.
Multiple reasons as to why I wouldn't say that on lives because like I don't want these niggas to be listening and take my ideas and
No,
shit.
didn't they take one idea? GameStop took one of my ideas that I said on my anchor days. Remember that? When I told them they needed to go close up some stores and make a brand new experience when they introduced themselves through GameStop and they had their own retro playing games. They did that shit in Texas, bro. They closed down like 250 stores and they made one exclusive experimental store. They literally have a guy that greets you and then tells you what you were looking for, and then you sit down and you play games and you just play like it's an old retro style freaking place. They copied my fucking idea. Fucking idea. Okay? They did that. So yeah, speak your piece, and if we see it, then we're just gonna rant. Oh, you took my idea, motherfucker. You know?
All right. So like for me, it's like great. You have a lot of exclusives. I love that. Cool. Like it's gone to a point where like some people, you know, you get the 48 hours, the play 48 hours early, this or that, or whatever, blah blah blah.
EA's,
Right?
I know EA's.
EA is doing it. Most of the JRPGs have been doing it. Guilty Gear Strive is doing it. You know, everybody's gonna be doing it, right? What is the point if you don't leverage it in a way where it's like, hey, I see you playing with Xbox, right? Yeah. Take that same name, gamer tag, right? We cross-reference that. We see that. You come over here, right? 30 days free. Early access to this stuff for a month. You know, it's like start enticing. Like you stay, like you're gonna step on somebody's foot. You step on their foot. Like
Which I think that's kind of illegal in the sense.
Isn't
I
that
know what
kind of
you mean.
illegal? That's
Kind
what I was
of,
thinking
right?
of. That's like kind
Kind
of
of.
illegal. You can't do that because that's like, I don't know what you call that, but that's kind of illegal.
Yeah, that's kind of.
kind of illegal, right? But like you take that kind of, you take those.
You take
I-
that
the
kinda
best
illegal
ideas-
and you make it illegal.
The best ideas come from taking deals that are like borderline illegal, and then figuring out a way to make them legal.
Yeah.
I could see.
Okay,
I could
I'll
see
give you
that
an
could
example.
get
I'll
ugly.
give you
That
an
could get
example.
ugly real quick.
If you
though.
play on the PlayStation when you have Call of Duty, and if you play on the PlayStation in one given month, you get double experience for the first 5 hours. Only on PlayStation. For every Xbox Game Pass that plays cross-platform, like if you have an Xbox gamer tag and you play on the Sony, you get 5 hours automatic double experience. That's what he's trying to get at. So
It's
offer
a lot.
incentive to
It's,
take-
it's a lot of those like it's like a lot of those things where it's like you gotta tiptoeing across the line. It's kind of like I'm not doing anything. I'm not really doing anything.
But
like
I'm
you're getting
trying to do something that I'm not trying to have you catch me at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like you don't even have to go that far either. It's like you take it in, like you look at kind of like you look at the demographic, you look at where you look at where your people spend the most money at, like most like where your exclusives are coming from, what kind of exclusives you're coming from, and then you look at that, right? And then you kind of cater or build your online experience or build like your store experience towards that to get more people being like, oh damn, this is getting more and more like cool into my thing.
yeah.
It's like it's a very extensive like. There's no real way to form that, and there's no real way to explain that in a sense from my perspective because it's really hard to kind of pinpoint that exact thing and be like, all right, cool, this is how you do it. Yeah.
What would like Fortnite's already infamous. They already have done that. They're calling it their metaverse. So, but to have a company try to offer an incentive for a same game of another company to dive into their ecosystem.
And remember, it doesn't have to be just
PlayStation
games.
now could do that.
It doesn't have to be just games.
It could be services or subscription based, so like
you get where I'm going? You get where
Verizon,
I'm going? You get where I'm going? You get where I'm going? Yeah. What did they just spend money on? Yeah. You tell me.
Verizon.
You tell me if they were to come out and be like, hey, so we own Funimation, right? Well, we just decided, why not? We're gonna just make this thing right here. $60 a year, you get access to Discord Nitro, Funimation, PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now. I can hear your wallet leaving your pocket.
See,
I can hear your wallet leaving your pocket right now.
See what I'm saying? That's exactly what
that'll be
they're gonna
another
do.
one I have to add to.
Because
my
mind you, we
monthly
got to
thing.
remember, Sony is Sony Pictures. So their movie studio, you can have it at either a discount or free monthly movies to capture an everyday consumer to put their PlayStation 4 or 5 on to watch movies, as long as you have the PlayStation Plus bundle or whatever they're going to call it.
Yeah, but you got to remember too, Microsoft is already doing this.
With what?
Have you ever delved into like anything that Microsoft has in like the movie studios and whatnot?
No.
All the movies and shit that they
the
have?
only thing I heard rumored was the Halo.
No. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking like you own anything that you buy, like all the games that you get from the free games and all the movies and shit that you buy.
Yeah.
You own those.
Okay.
It's the same thing. That's what I'm talking about. Like I own Tenchi Muyo War and Gemini on my Xbox. Like I bought that. That's on my Xbox. That is across every Microsoft product I will ever own for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Sony's not doing that.
I don't even think Microsoft's doing that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You sure you own it or is it a license? Did you read the terms of service?
I own it.
You sure?
Yes. I can rip it onto a DVD if I want to.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You could be right. You could be right.
But it's that idea, right? Like take advantage of the things you have. You have first parties. You have a bunch of services. Think about it. Like you
take advantage of what you have, and then prioritize it to make it a monthly basket and let people go for it.
Because if you sit there like copying's not a bad thing. Like I still think like if they decide to copy, that's fine. But you
competition builds innovation. So if there's something that's going to be hot and popping like the Game Pass Ultimate, what do you think PlayStation's going to do? They're going to do something to Super PlayStation Now, even though they had it, but Microsoft thought smarter, so they did it better. And you already had it before for years, but Microsoft did it better.
So now you have to catch up to Microsoft.
There you go.
Exactly. So it's like it's going to happen. Like. If they copy it, people might give them a little bit of flack, but whatever. That's just a little bit of flack. That's how the business is. That's how the business goes.
It's
dollars
like
bills,
that.
dollar bills. So that's the look of it. It's just that they need those people who are going to be creative enough to kind of sit down and be like, what can we possibly do that wouldn't kill us, that would help us, and keep the people that we have employed and all this other stuff. Doing that.
Keep everybody happy at the same time, make it different and more eye candy. So now we're going to segue to BlizzCon very quickly.
Yeah.
Of why in the hell did they?
Well, let me.
You told me.
No,
Joe,
I have my suspicions on why it was.
But they
canceled.
canceled everything.
Oh, I have my suspicions why.
But why? Why? Okay.
Do you want my suspicions?
Go ahead, hit it because that.
'Cause I feel
he told me that he said he canceled everything, including online.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, well, I can tell you why. I don't know if you'll agree with this, but this is what I think.
I mean, it is your suspicion, in your opinion. IMO news rants.
I don't think they have anything to show.
Really?
I don't think they have anything to show. They had some recent information about Overwatch 2 with the new players and all that.
Okay.
Because it's going to be 6 instead of 5. No, it's going to be 5 instead of 6.
There you go.
Sorry. You know what I meant. So they're that. I don't think they have anything new for Diablo yet because it's still way too soon for that. What else are supposed to have? They already announced their World of Warcraft thing. What's that called? DLC like not too long ago. What else do they have? That's what I think is.
So you think personally?
I think they're using the COVID as an excuse to get themselves out. Be like, this is COVID's fault. It's not our fault. It's COVID's fault. But secretly, because a lot of conventions are going back on again, and this Blizzard thing was not going to happen until November, and a bunch of other cons.
I thought it was supposed to happen within the next 2 months.
No, it's November.
And they already canceled it?
This is why what I'm saying kind of makes sense.
That makes sense.
Because a lot of cons are going back because everything's going back. Everyone's getting vaccinated. Everyone's doing all that.
On Twitter, I was like, well, if they came out in Massachusetts, Texas, or Florida, they would have been straight.
This is why. I think they honestly don't have anything to
And
show.
then the fact that you said that and they canceled online, right?
Yeah, no, they
cancel online as well. That
I
means they ain't
don't
got
think
shit.
they have
All
anything
right,
to show.
so
That's what I think.
here's my thing, right? Gotta remember, for one, there's still things being canceled. There's some stuff that's still happening this year, partly because they probably can't get out of doing it this year because of contracts and money,
COVID.
But COVID can only give you a pass for 1 year, is what business is basically saying.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, BlizzCon had another BlizzCon earlier this year for last year. They already had one this year, right?
Oh, and I have another thing too, which I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, so BlizzCon already technically happened this year once. It was an online only thing, right?
Yeah.
They did it because they couldn't do BlizzCon last year.
Well, yeah.
So that's one thing, right?
Yep.
Two, you have to consider the fact they had to go through all that shit to get that set up. That was still like in-person things, some certain in-person things that happened with that.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. A lot of building of certain things, whatever. And then like you have the things which happened with Overwatch 2 they just announced, right? So you have from now until November to build an entirely new experience with or without information that you can just drop whenever the fuck you want because you're a big company. Are you going to waste that time?
No.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. They don't have much of. That's what I'm saying. They don't have much to show.
But he's saying because
It's
they
not
already
because
had
of-
one this year, they don't really have enough in resources and all that bullshit to go again for another one. But do they really want to do it? Which it kind of ties into what he was saying too.
Yeah,
but it does
my
make
next
sense.
thing is
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say another thing, but go ahead.
Yeah, my next thing is that like they don't have the personnel. The company itself is
Personnel?
not,
Well,
the company has a lot of issues.
But this is what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, the company has a lot of issues.
with friends.
Yeah, they have a lot of issues that they need to figure out. If I'm being completely frank, I feel like they should find a way to get out of the Activision merger at this point.
Oh my god!
Oh my
I can't
god!
wait to say what I
Really?
gotta
Is
say. I
that
can't wait. I
bad?
can't wait.
It's that bad.
No, it's good. Look, okay, I have to say what I have to say.
Hold on.
Oh god.
Hold on.
He's
I know.
flowing. He's the guest. He's the guest.
And then finally, right? You take all those things into consideration. You take into consideration, like, you take what you would have tried to put together this year, you save that revenue. Next year is already looking better for doing things as normal as possible than trying to force it this year. You already did something earlier this year. You just gave them some information. You can drop your trailer at the same time this year online like most other people do. You'll be fine. You'll be able to build something better next year.
Yeah.
And possibly do some shit, which I will now let Lewis talk about. He's literally on the first.
You're burning right now.
Okay, so this
Jesus.
is another thing I was thinking about too, because I was like reading up information and shit like that. Because as you know, Activision owns Blizzard, as you said. We already know this, and you know Activision is also another shitty company like EA.
Oh man. Yeah, they will.
And you know,
cover
not
the
too
dirty
long
stuff.
ago, remember it was on the episode that Activision is getting all their little subsidiary companies to work on Call of Duty games,
Yep.
and that's it,
All the studios, literally all of them have
including Blizzard.
Oh my god.
So,
Why, dude?
what I'm thinking is the situation is Activision is telling Blizzard, you're not doing BlizzCon. This is costing us too much money. This is not getting us any money at all. Fuck you. You're going to do... Oh, sorry.
We already swore a couple of times, so it don't matter at this point.
F you. You're not going to do this. This is not getting us money. And for what I'm thinking in the thing, because Activision has pretty much control of everything.
I was going to say that. It's like the parent company is Activision, right?
I'm thinking
Yeah.
they're using this to like say you're not going to do it. And next year and the year before that, they're going to be saying, BlizzCon doesn't give us any money. We're going to cancel it altogether.
Dude, if that comes out...
That's what I'm thinking that's the case. That's what I'm thinking anyway. That's what I'm thinking. Because Activision is also another shitty company. And I'm thinking this is what's going to happen. I think after this BlizzCon being canceled, it's going to be no more BlizzCon ever.
Unless if they have it in the contracts to get out, what you said. Get out. Find a way to get out of
They
that.
have to find a... Like, Activision is, at this point... Because if you look at the track record, right? Can you name 2 games for me, please, that were completely and utterly destroyed of any chances they had of being good because of Activision and them getting involved? And can you show me the proof in another game that is out, and then what happened when Activision took their hands off of it.
Wasn't it? No, well,
I'll give you one. Ready? Bungie. Yes.
That's one instance,
Yes.
and what's the other one?
wasn't I know they had like huge issues with the whole like it's not World of Warcraft, but it's like it's Warcraft something. Why can't I think?
No.
Warhammer?
All right, no.
Warhammer. I was down.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you. Right,
Can I do a
right?
second guess? I don't think it's the second one because they've been successful.
It's not.
Call of Duty.
Not Call of Duty,
All
right?
good, 'cause I
So
don't think it was.
the thing is, what is the most recent game that came out that Activision had their hands on that everybody was kind of upset that they put their hands on? That Bungie was involved with. Not Destiny.
It's not Destiny, right? No.
It was the other game that was like Destiny.
No,
StarCraft?
Not StarCraft.
no, it can't be Anthem because that doesn't belong to
That's
Activision.
EA. That's Ubiware. BioWare.
BioWare,
Is that it?
which is EA.
Same
confused.
exact situation. Same exact situation.
Same exact situation.
It's the
But
same exact
Oh,
situation.
you're talking about that's EA's thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
EA's
It's the same exact.
Now I get what you're talking about. I thought you were saying
Anthem
that.
is the same way what happened with Bungie, and that was a 10-year agreement.
Oh,
okay.
and then
I thought I said
can I also
something
tell
different.
you
Okay.
something too? Destiny. What happened with Destiny?
Oh.
When the people in question got their hands off of it, what happened to Destiny? Across the board, everybody that I ever talked to, they're like, "Oh yeah, Destiny was fun after the first few years when whoever, I think it was Activision, that had their hands on him.
Yeah.
They had their hands all up and they were like, "Nom, nom, nom, nom." And then they were like, I'm done with you. I'm going back to Call of Duty. And then all of a sudden, Destiny was like, we popping in this bitch.
Yeah, what
we
it was
popping
is
in
they
this.
got out. They said, "Look, you guys are money hungry. You're pushing, and we have a vision. We have a vision, and we need to make sure this vision is what we want. This is what we signed up for." Activision's like, "All right, you can have your vision, and when we are making our money, we'll put some money so you could have your vision. But we ain't trying to be down with your
Activision's
vision."
literally another-
And so
yeah,
in their
that's what it
agreement, they
is.
found a way to get out of the contract, and they did. And after that, when they got out of their contract, they started dropping, and then they revamped what they needed to do, and then it started getting more people in, which is good. Good for Bungie.
I'm sorry, but what Activision is doing with the whole Call of Duty thing is pissing me off. Like,
Oh,
how are you
man.
making all those other subsidiary characters fuck all the games and just focus on Call of Duty?
It's where
That
the
kind of
money's
pissed
at,
me
and it
off.
sucks because
It just, I don't know.
The problem is that's not where all the money is either.
under
Activision doesn't care.
Activision, no. It's like their cash cow is Call of Duty, and then there's other games. But like, if Call of Duty suffers, like what happened with Ghost, and if Call of Duty Ghost and that type of image, and it happens for like the next 3 or 4 years, consider the damn brand tanking, and EA would take advantage with Battlefield 6, and then some. Because Battlefield has been consistently delivering. Besides Hardline, Hardline was a great reveal on how they did it, but it was terrible. It was terrible.
No.
I love the way they revealed it. They said, and you can get the beta now. Everybody started downloading. But it was a terrible game. But yeah, Call of Duty, I don't know. I only play just a regular multiplayer.
It's
I don't even
just-
play the Warzone. I don't even entertain the
like
Warzone
I said,
that.
that's what I'm
I just
thinking.
don't-
Like, I
You want to know how
think
big
this-
that is? Over 100 gigs.
Yeah, oh yeah. Don't tell
Yeah,
me about that.
I know.
135 gigs total.
That's why I will never download that.
No.
crap ever.
You want to know
No.
what? It's like
think
it
it's
drives me
ridiculous.
insane. That drives me insane because like the biggest thing that I have on my Xbox is the Halo Master Chief Collection. That's like 112 gigs or so, and that's like 5 games.
I will say
Exactly.
yes. They need to find a way to reduce the damn size because it's atrocious. But I will say all the maps that you play on the Call of Duty game, regular multiplayer, you can actually see those as little maps during a big ass map. So you got a big huge map, and then when you go
Are
drop
you
in,
defending
boom,
that thing?
I'm defending the little levels that they made inside. But not 135 gigs. They got to cut that
I
shit
was
out.
gonna say that's ridiculous.
Nah, make it 9. It could be 90 or 80.
But yeah,
80 or
that's
90
the
gigs,
reason
fine.
why I think
not 135.
That's like you see now you see why I'm thinking BlizzCon was canceled now. Now you can see.
You guys do make sense when it comes to that because now, like, it doesn't make sense. You're gonna use the term COVID, but not have it online.
No,
You're gonna use the term COVID.
They use it COVID as a scapegoat. That's what they're using it
Yeah.
for, as a scapegoat for the real reason why. Of
It's
course,
just
I can say the real reason why because that would be dogged on.
Yeah.
at this point, it's like it's really rough. I mean, like you also have to take into consideration the fact that Jeff left Overwatch.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah, I
That
know.
was not-
I said that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I know.
I wonder why. That was random, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. It came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere.
I wonder
And
why.
I know why though. It's Activision. It has
you
to.
think so?
It has to. Be.
Like I'm pretty
has
sure.
to be.
I'm pretty sure. Like they were probably
gotta be
trying to
something.
like they were probably trying to get him to do something he did not want to do.
What, work on a Call of Duty game?
Probably.
Like probably no. I think they were trying to get him to change something like the fundamental aspect of the game itself, and he just refused.
Yep.
And he was just like, I'd rather just leave.
They had a lot of that with Bungie, with Destiny. Had a lot of that.
So that's
They wanted
what I'm
to-
thinking,
They want
yeah,
to
it
milk
makes
the
sense.
crap out of every little thing you did in Destiny because they had their vision, and then they're like, no, we're not going to do that. And then I think they refused seasons. They didn't want them to do seasons at first. And then they fought tooth and nail, and they, you know, there's the currency that they sell for emotes only. That's all Activision. They
Yeah.
kept it, but that's all Activision. It was pushed. You go to Ursa, and then you buy with the currency. You buy the currency to get other, you know, suits and stuff. Like, nothing too epic. It was just all cosmetic. It had nothing to do with it built in the game. But I think Activision wanted to get the actual guns that you get from exotics and all that stuff. Paid them like a paywall. Like what happened with Battlefield 4, which pissed me the hell off. Pissed me the hell off. When that game came out 6 months down the road, they said if you have $200, you unlock everything in the game. You unlock everything. $200. Give me $200. You unlock everything in Battlefield. You know how many people had all that type of good? I walk in
Because
there
they got money.
I'm level 38. Rocket tracking. I'm dead. And I'm like, really? And you can see there's a little badge to flaunt that they spent all that money because it comes with the purchase. I'm like, bro, you a whole ass, dude. You're a whole ass for that.
But yeah, no, I'm very worried about everybody that's under the Activision blanket right now.
Yeah, I'm very worried about them too.
That's not good.
It's
Especially
like,
for the esports side.
they are literally another EA. And now since they have esports,
they're looking to
things,
be
they're
like
gonna get
another
rid of
EA.
shit.
It does seem like that.
That's
I
what
think-
they seem like. I'm not. It doesn't seem. They are. They're like a mini EA. They haven't gone to the EA evil level yet, but they're getting close.
All right, so let's switch up real quick. Let's talk about the rumored, not rumored of a release, but it'll be Nintendo Switch Pro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's been like
4K with an OLED screen.
It's been
now.
freaking leaking for like the past like months.
I
now.
think it's September, October release. You gonna get it?
I'm 100%.
Y'all gonna get it? You gonna
I'll
get
get it. I'll get it.
I don't know.
I'll get it. I'll
Because
get
a lot of people use that for portability more. They use it for portability more than actual sit and play.
No,
Because if
I'll
you look
probably
at
get
it and have a 4K screen, you're not really going to see the 4K in your screen because it's just a small compact. Like your 1080 resolution on the close up is going to look good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So seeing it in 4K, dazzling, it's cool, but it needs to output. But I don't think a lot of people that have Switch connect. I could be wrong. You both are Switch owners.
I use Connect. I connect to my TV a lot.
Okay.
No. So like,
What about you?
all right,
That's what I
it's a 50-50, right? So like, when I'm in that mood, if I connect it, that means I'm playing a lot. Like when I'm connecting it to the TV, that
It's
means I'm
mainly for the
playing a lot.
RPGs. That's what
Yeah.
I mainly do it for. Like RPGs.
Yeah, like I play like when I'm
Like Xenoblade is one I play it for. Like those
Yeah.
type of games.
So like that's mainly what I play on my Switch, right? And I connect it to my TV when I know that I'm going to be playing for a long time.
Okay.
If I'm not going to be playing it for like a very long time, I usually don't connect it, but like I still have the option for there.
Okay.
Because like I like to every once in a while I like to just have something playing in the background, and I'll just play my Switch for like an hour or two.
Yeah,
But if I know I'm going to be sitting there and I'm gonna be like,
It's game time. Yeah.
game time, baby! Like we about to crunch, we about to do it all.
Yeah.
That's when I connect
That's
to
a
the TV.
connect to the TV. Okay, because
Yeah.
again, I don't.
I'm pretty
I
much
don't
the
own
same
Switch.
way too. It's like
So you would appreciate the up to 4K. You
I would.
go ahead and upgrade to connect it to the TV.
I
to become
personally
4K.
would because I would do it, but
I will
Me,
say
I
the
would.
OLED will be a great addition for Switch because it looks sexy as hell. iPhones, if you love your iPhone screen, how it looks, that's an OLED. So
Yeah, no, that is like really good. I agree. I would probably consider it, but like me, you know me, I hold my shit for a while. So
yeah. So I mean, it is September, October release. We don't know the actual firm date on it. It is a rumor.
well,
It's
like I
been
said,
leaked
everything is a
everywhere.
rumor, but it's probably gonna be announced on E3.
Yep.
Well,
They're
don't
there.
forget too. I
Oh,
don't
and
know
this
if you
picture
guys-
you guys see is a mock-up. It is not the exact picture. I wanted to
Yeah,
discuss that. It
yeah,
is
yeah.
not the official look of the PlayStation, the Nintendo Switch Pro. It's just a mock.
Yeah, no.
no
I have seen some people share pictures of the like Amazon or whatever having the pre-order thing for it
Yeah.
for the Pro. So that has gotten leaked a couple
Yeah,
times.
that got leaked. Yeah, it
Yeah.
got leaked. Yep.
That has gotten leaked a couple times. What we'll actually see and what we'll get, I'm not sure. But I will say if they do decide to do it, it's most likely going to come paired with a Mario game?
Yeah. You know
You
how
don't
that
think
goes.
it'd be the new Zelda game?
No.
You don't think so? I think maybe for to hit the visuals, I think so. I think it'll
For
be
the
actually
older
gonna
for the
fit.
older Switches, yes, but not for the newer one. I think maybe it's like it's 50-50, right? Because like
I
think
say
it'd be
out
the
of
new
all the
Zelda game.
games,
That's what I think.
Metroid and Zelda fit the bill for an OLED 4K packed
That's why I
game.
think if they're going to do that, they'll probably release it at the same time the new Legend of Zelda
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. That's what I think anyway. If they were to do it.
Yeah,
if
I
that
feel
comes
like
out this year.
That's what if it comes out.
yeah,
this year,
if
that's
it
what
comes
I'm
out this year, I feel
if
like
they
that
do
could be
that
paired
and you
with
do
the
like a
Switch
wham bam, this comes out and you can also get Dan with this new trailer be like, this comes out this day too. If it did that, that's a wham bam. Oh my god.
Wham bam.
Keep going. You see the hands. Wham bam. Thank you, man.
Wham bam.
It's like if they did that, that would be great.
So
not a
let's
bad idea.
let's quickly speak on the new trailer that was released yesterday, which was Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, the gameplay.
The game.
Have you actually seen it,
I
Tony?
did see it yesterday on the TV. It looked gorgeous, and I didn't get why did the dude explain everything that we just watched. Like that kind of annoyed me. It stretched up the trailer.
They just did that just to
Just
try
to-
to for people.
for those that are familiar with.
They
Did you
always
play
do.
Horizon before?
No, it was one of the
I
few
have
that I
to
never
beat
had a
it.
chance.
I still have to beat the damn game, but it is a very nice story-driven game, and it's great. It looks good.
It looks
The moves
gorgeous.
are very different.
And I like the way the raptors look in the trailer. The water. Did you see the way they would go underwater?
She was walking out water. Like, I
They
need to drink that.
they did so they OD'd on that. Like that was too much, bro. Like they literally was just like, yo,
They
yo,
went to Polar Springs. It was like
little-
record that
I
right
know,
there.
It's like
I'm
little,
gonna do it
like
with the
little
horsepower.
details. You get the tiniest of details within it too.
no,
man,
no,
remember
not
do
it's
that
not
rock?
even. It's not even the tiniest detail.
Everywhere.
It's not even the tiniest. It's literally like it's literally. It looked better than what it did when she was on land. It looked better underwater than she did on land, and you cannot tell me otherwise. That's how ridiculous it looked.
If you walked it the first time when she was walking, and you see the waterfall. I hope
And I do like the fact
that
that
water looking good.
I do
when it
like
come
I do
down.
like the fact they have some. It seems like they have more like the gliding. They have the gliding in this
Yep,
one now,
yep.
which is actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
pulling out some Spider-Man moves. I'm like, okay.
Well, it reminds me of Breath of the Wild. when I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. So that was actually pretty cool, and of course, taking over the animals, and it also seems like the enemy can too, as you can see by the end boss, that crazy ass elephant.
I think it was a mammoth.
Elephant mammoth.
I thought it was an elephant when I first
Whatever
watched
it
So
is.
that's
And whatever. And
a big ass thing that smashed rocks
The
and
evil
shit.
guys,
Disabled it.
the evil guys took care of it. So now the enemies could take over creatures like you can.
Yeah,
now the
yeah,
enemies
yeah.
can. So that's another possible. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
No release date on Horizon, but it did look juicy. It did look good. And I'm not really a big fan of state of plays with one dedicated game. I really don't. I like it when they do a little surprise during a catalog of stuff. But I don't know.
I mean, I liked how it looked, and like I said, I'm personally excited for it. I still need to.
Yeah, I just want to see if it comes out this year. Waste my damn time if it comes out next year.
I'm thinking during E3, they're probably gonna announce a release date.
Yeah, they'll
That's what I'm
save it for
thinking.
them.
They'll say it for they'll announce a release date. Be like, bitch, here's your release date. It comes out.
You're probably gonna
November
hate me for
11th.
this.
What?
Probably gonna hate me for this. I think it's gonna come out late first quarter, early second quarter next year.
I think a part of me says that too because that's when I think Horizon did come out around that time. March,
It was.
April.
Plus, if I'm looking at the way that trailer looked, that just fits the bill for how that trailer looks.
You think?
Yeah.
I think this year. Only because they only have Ratchet and Clank this year.
What do you think, November?
November.
If it were to come out, it would have to be a holiday. So yeah, November.
November.
Yeah.
Here's
Usually most
another
games
one.
come in November. So.
Very quickly, which we kind of briefly talked about in the beginning. Dragon Quest.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about this one because I love this
Not
one. I watched this
Age.
whole thing. Yeah.
Dragon Quest. So
So-
I got it right this time.
So, because I actually stayed up and actually watched it.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
was
it
so
dumb late?
What?
Wasn't
it
like
was at
dumb-
11:30.
PM.
And it didn't end till like 12:15 at night.
My old ass one.
So-
we were in bed.
So let me explain what happened. So first, the way they set it up, it was kind of like a talk show type of thing. Something like Jay Leno, or like Jimmy Fallon, things like that. It was set up in a talk show. It was like this, like very aesthetic, like Japanese. I think he's a host. I'm not sure. I'm not sure his name. And then of course the creator. Oh, I'm remember his name. Yuji was there, getting interviewed and stuff. So they said in the beginning that there were going to be 6 games that they were going to announce. That they either going to be having new updates or new games altogether. So the first one they announced, the first thing they announced any games, they announced some kind of apparel. They have a shirt, a button-down shirt, which
Okay.
I want. It has all the little slimes on it. I'm sorry. It just looks awesome. It's very fashionable, but it's also like shows off the geek. It's a button-down white shirt and has all the black slimes on it, like all like around, like a design. It looks fantastic. It's already coming out of Japan, so I had to figure out a way to get it.
Really? That sucks.
Yeah. And they also have a watch, which is, I don't know if you know what, you played Dragon Quest, right?
Yeah.
You know the metal slimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a watch based off the metal slimes.
Ooh.
It looks really cool looking.
It
looks really cool looking. Let me see. And they also do an embroidery shirt, too, which is like the polo shirt type of thing, where it has like the little slime embroidery on it. The metal slime embroidery on it.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool too. So they showed that off first. I just wanted to say that because the two clothes ones I want. Really bad. I don't wear watches, so I won't get the watch, but the clothes ones I want. And then they started off with an iPhone game, iPhone Android game,
You know how that goes. Capture the iOS market.
which is called Dragon Quest Keshi Keshi.
What the hell is that?
It's pretty much a Bejeweled game. So it's like one of those type of games. All the Monster Hunter creatures look like erasers, and they're basically erasing the type of things in order to be. It looks cute, but you know, it is. They said that it is coming out worldwide, so at least we know that. So it's actually good. I'm happy about that. They didn't give a release date on it yet. They said this year. That's all I said.
So at least this year we'll get it.
But it is worldwide. They said.
Now, question is, will it be under exclusive with Apple Arcade?
Probably not. It'll probably be its own app. Because most Square Enix titles have their own app anyway.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
that's the first game they showed off. And then they showed off two, which I got excited, but then the little thing said Japan only, that made me sad again. Dragon Quest X. Next year is going to be its 10th anniversary. It came out in Japan for the Wii. It's an MMORPG Dragon Quest game.
Nice.
It never came out to America because it was never popular
That's
enough
whack.
to do that. So it was kind of sad. And I thought they would have released it like, oh my god. But they're like Japan. I'm like, god damn it. So they were announcing new DLCs, new like packs, because you know how World of Warcraft, they have new things every time.
Yeah.
This is what they were doing for this one. They were showing all the new ones of that. And then they showed another game which got me excited. And this one we don't know if it's going to come out to America or not. It's called Dragon Quest X Offline. So what this one is, it's the Dragon Quest X game, so all the stories, all the DLCs and everything, but instead of playing it online, it's a one-player thing now. So pretty much all the missions and stuff, they're going to do like kind of like a one-player like.
So now
type
you
of
think
game.
that's going to be introduced in America?
It's a possibility. They didn't say it was, but it's a possibility that it might though.
That could make sense. That makes sense though. Because
That
you don't
does
have to deal
make
with the North America infrastructure of online.
Exactly.
In the WAF.
That's what I'm
everybody
thinking.
on it.
That could possibly, and that's pretty cool because the graphics, they also changed up the graphics with kind of like cuter looking, kind of like chibi, another version I guess you could say, kind of like cute little. It looks really cute, and it looks like it's coming out for the Switch. So,
all right.
that got me a little excited because I like those type of games. And then there is another one that's coming out, which kind of, I don't know if you ever played 11. Have you played 11 yet?
No, I have not touched 11.
Oh, okay. So Dragon Quest 11, came out a couple of years ago. It was one of my favorite Dragon Quest games. So they're going to do a spin-off called Dragon Quest Treasures, which is going to star two of the characters, Eric and his sister Mia, which is going to be taking place in their childhood. Because there are treasure hunters. When they were children, they were treasure hunters. So pretty much in the whole game, your mission is collect treasure. Fight monsters and stuff.
Do
like
your
that, get
job.
treasure.
Just do your
So
job.
it's like, it looks pretty cool. It looks like it's going to be like a spin-off, but it's going to explain probably their childhood, which is what I always wanted because they were two of my favorite characters in the game when I was playing 11.
Yeah.
So I was happy that they were showing that. So I was like, okay. That one is coming worldwide too. So thank God.
Okay, that's good.
Let's go.
Next year. They didn't give an exact date, but say next year.
Whack. Why wait?
Exactly.
Pisses me off.
Now, and then of course they showed another one which I got excited about, which you already talked about earlier.
Yep.
Dragon Quest 3 is getting remade again because it has been remade before. It has come out a bunch of times before. But this is a remake by the same creator who did Octopath Traveler, which it's a mixture of 3D and 2D. I don't know if you ever saw Octopath Traveler. It's one of my favorite games on the Switch. It's pretty much a mixture of the 2D sprites with like a 3D background.
That's cool.
It looks
So
like
you're saying
kind of like a diorama type of
Yeah.
thing.
So that remake will introduce those types of graphic designs.
Yeah, so it's coming out for the 3, and then we was discussing earlier too. Yuji let slip out of his mouth that they're gonna do the same kind of remake thing to the first 1 and 2 of Dragon Quest.
And that was all on Twitter trending.
It was funny. I was
so
laughing. I was laughing because it was like, oh. And the funny, the translator, I don't think the translator didn't want to say it, but she kind of had to say everything that has been translated. So I was like, oh my god, that is so funny. Oh, talk about the translator.
Hilarious.
She did an amazing job because they were talking fast and they were going through like details and details and details. She had to translate everything.
Poor thing.
And she did it so quick and so like, I was like, okay, congrats. I was like, okay,
She couldn't mute herself. Like while he was talking, she could look at this camera and just go.
She just,
And then kept
I
it
think
quiet.
her job was pretty much translate everything. That's what she did that. So I was like, okay,
You won't be
congrats.
liable for what is said out of his mouth as long as you can translate it.
So I'm excited about that one. That's also, I think, coming out next year too.
Yeah.
Now, the big one that was announced, this was, of course, at the end. They did like a little like fire single thing. It says Dragon Quest, and then they did the fire sign of the Roman numerals of 12.
Yeah.
So it was
Which
announced
is the image.
Dragon
Yeah.
Quest 12 Flames of Fate.
And that's it.
And that's it. They didn't say
Y'all
what
like
system's
that
going to be
and
on.
Hey, yo, title guy, where you at?
Exactly. They literally did that. So there's
Oh my god.
no release date, and we have no idea what system is going to be on.
Damn, it's just like, guess what we're working on? Stay
But
tuned.
I did get excited
Good night.
because I know they're making it.
Yeah, so that's good. So you
So
already
that's
know.
my thing.
That's,
And from the looks of it, this is just I'm guessing right now. It looks like it's going to be a lot more darker.
Okay.
Because all the other Dragon Quest games are more like lighthearted and stuff.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's going to be darker. And he also mentioned that you're going to be having different kind of choices, which doing these certain choices will change up certain things that happen in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like there's going to be more free reign in this game. I don't know. And they said that the battle system is going to change a bit too, which they kept the same battle system since the first one. But I want to see what they're planning on doing with that one too.
Yeah, I agree with that. That sounds like it might be pretty interesting.
It looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. Also, I'm pretty happy about that. Like I said, no release date, no nothing like that. But yeah, and I like the way they decorated the scene too. They had a bunch of like kind of plushies of all the of the monsters and stuff like that of the games. And it's like I just like the way they handled everything and stuff like that.
Just
and
the little slip ups that was.
I was just like funny.
Oh,
And
I
like
should've
literally
said that.
every time one little slip up would say like you can't say that thing, a little air horn was coming out in the background.
Oh
it was
my
just
God.
so funny. I was laughing. I
That's
was like,
hilarious.
oh god. It's like they were trying to
Too
control him. And it's like he just kept talking and talking and talking.
He was probably like, I'm just telling them everything. No, you're not supposed to tell them everything. Nah. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
I'm telling everyone everything.
We're doing this. Y'all like it? Guess what? We're gonna do it for 1 and 2 too, baby. Oh yeah.
It was just so funny. I was just like,
So the
oh
next
my
topic we're going to talk about is the actual, I wouldn't say leak, but Konami is releasing.
So basically, I'll explain this one. So it was pretty much what I was reading up. So Konami is reviving one of their old IPs.
Yeah.
It's called Gensu Funaden, which is one of their old IPs from back in 1987 for the original Famicom.
Yeah.
So they're re-releasing that,
years.
remaking it, and everything like that. So now they just recently renewed trademarks for Castlevania and Metal Gear Rising.
Really?
So now I think they're in the process because this game is being made by another company,
Okay.
but with the Konami name, obviously. So right now, what's happening? What I think is happening is Konami's going to let people borrow those titles and actually have games made.
So
for them.
other third-party titles or third-party studios will borrow the namesakes. Now, what about Silent Hill?
They haven't announced anything yet.
Silent Hill.
But if they do that, I'm hoping. What company would make a good Silent Hill? Capcom?
I mean, isn't Capcom the one that did the last one that was on the Wii?
No, they didn't do that. I'm
What
trying
was
to.
the last one? What was the last one that came out? The one with the twins. Was that on the Wii or Switch?
That was on the Wii.
Okay.
There was no
did
Switch.
that? Who did that one?
I think it was Konami, but I forgot the other company that did that one.
I could have sworn it was Capcom, but no, they did a solid job. It just never came to America.
Yeah, I think they need to get people who could actually do horror good to let them borrow the Silent Hill thing.
Yeah.
And get them done.
Well, we don't know what kind of...
My dream would be Kojima. That's my dream.
yeah.
But I don't think Konami would do that because of that pride.
I
don't think, because you know how badly that happened.
What if, just like we were talking about, like, they very, like, tiptoe around? What if, like, Sony's like, hey, we'll partner up with Konami with all your old IPs that you have going. And then it's like, yeah, we'll do the deal. Hey, Kojima Studios, under Sony, why don't you go ahead and make that little Silent Hill game that you're trying to...
That would be fantastic.
Yo, that would be so gangsta if that happened, bro. That would be so... Just imagine how... And Konami would be so hurt.
Oh, they would.
They'd be so heated, bro.
So heated, because they make a partnership. They make their bread, but they're like, all right, we got you. We're gonna get with your old IPs. Like, yo, Kojima! How you doing?
What's good, bro?
Remember that hill? That hill that was so silent? I'm gonna need you to go ahead and go make that for me, please.
Bro, coming around the corner just like...
I would. Oh my god! If that would have happened, you have no idea how much excitement.
Oh, everybody, the whole Jeff Keighley would probably poop himself.
Oh, I would too. I was like, the fuck. I was like, I've been wanting that.
I'm pretty sure Jeff Keighley poops himself anytime he hears anything involves Sony. So
yeah, involves Sony or Kojima. Yeah. It's always Kojima. Like for some reason, it's like he loves this guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But honestly,
bro, just imagine that.
But that would
be
cool.
So crazy.
But stuff that I would want them to like work on is an actual good Metal Gear Solid game, because everything else after Kojima left sucked.
No, let it die.
I want something good to happen. I want something good to happen.
Nope, let it die. It doesn't. It doesn't. Why? What do you bring?
Because I want something to be good on it. Come from it.
It has good games.
Survive was bad. Have you played Metal Gear Survive?
Nigga, I don't care about the bad games. We don't care about the bad games. Let that one stay dead. No, there was so much drama and bullshit with Survive and 5. Just let it die. I'm not gonna sit here and watch somebody else.
He might have a point though.
I'm not gonna sit here and watch another person take the studio helm for a game series that Kojima did, and specifically that one. No, I'll say. Nah, let that one stay dead.
Let that one die.
Let that one stay dead. That's fine. Kojima ain't dead, so let it stay dead.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know. If that move happens, if both of y'all hear, by fingers you see both of y'all. If y'all hear that Konami and Sony has a partnership to release old IPs, you already know what time it is. That would be hilarious. That would be great. So it's still on that.
And there's also another one I want too. Like this was one's a shot in the dark. I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Probably.
But it was one of my favorite games growing up. Mystical Ninja Goemon.
I don't even remember that shit. You said growing up? I didn't watch that shit at all.
Like I used to play this on the 64. It was one of my favorite games.
Well, didn't that eventually end up being tied into Ninja Gaiden though?
Nope, that's a different one. This is one of a kiddie game. It's more of like a kiddie platform.
Okay. Alright, word. Okay.
Yeah, so this is one I personally would want. Like, this is me being selfish. I would want something like this. It would fit perfectly on the Switch. A game like that would fit perfectly on the Switch. And I would love them if they could remake something. Because the last time they ever made something like that came out to America was in 2000.
Yeah, Konami doesn't really focus on video games that much anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I was like, that's why I want.
Maybe they're trying to veer off. Maybe Sony might buy
They're gacha card games and gacha.
Pachinko. Don't forget Pachinko.
And gacha.
Because they do lots of Pachinko games.
And didn't I just had it in my head something with Konami. Oh man, I just right in my head it was something because you mentioned other merchandise, other things that they don't want to do. Like they don't want to focus more on games; they want to focus on other merchants. So I'm just
now the reason why this rumor came out, was because Shin Maroto, who works for Konami, said after this Genshu game comes out, there is more games to come of the future IPs. Yeah. So that's what all kind of started from there. Like this is all rumor right now. There's nothing permanent. But if they listen to it, you know what I said, we can get finally some good games coming out.
I feel like Gordon Ramsay.
Games actually coming out.
I feel like Gordon Ramsay, finally some good food.
That's what I just want. Konami has good titles. They just need to freaking get them. Good IPs. They usually get some good titles out of them.
Another topic we put on the list about Sonic.
Yeah, because there was a
live stream yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a live stream yesterday.
All right. So
Let him get the floor because he watched it and then you caught the trailer was released.
Well, I watched it live.
he watched it live. I watched some of it live. I didn't finish all of it live.
Okay.
But there's three big things that come out of this. One, we are getting a Colors remake / remaster.
It's a remaster.
Yeah, remaster.
Remaster.
Yep, it's called Colors. I think Ultimate.
Yep.
Yeah, Ultimate. Yep.
Colors Ultimate. So it's gonna be a remaster. Good.
One of the good
It
games.
looks like it's gonna not be on the system that it came out on, which is all you could ask for because it came out on the Wii.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. No.
I will take that on the Switch every day. That's fine.
Yeah. I like
That's
to
cool.
try it on the PlayStation 5. See what it can do.
No, it's coming out for the PS4.
That's it.
Yeah, not PS5. But you can play it on the PS5.
That's gay.
You can play it on the PS5. Shut up.
Whatever.
Nah, I see what he means though. The motion
Yeah.
controls will be really nice.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Second, they're getting not one, but two shows. Getting an animated short for Colors.
Nice.
It's gonna be the first episode comes out in April. I think it said or something.
July, I thought they said.
July. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I think you might be right though. It might be July. But they're getting an animated short. It's gonna be a couple episodes.
Where at?
It's based in Colors, in between Colors and the remaster.
July 30th.
Okay.
Yes.
What platform? Netflix?
Probably everywhere, honestly.
No, I think it's going to be a YouTube thing.
It might be. Oh yeah, might be.
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's going to be. Now, the other one, which I'll let you talk
YouTube,
about that one.
Yeah. The other one is we have literally no other details except the fact that they're working on it. For both of these things is there's another show, I believe it is,
That's Netflix.
Yes, done by the same people that did Boom. And for the people that did watch Sonic Boom, from what I understand, because I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of it, it's pretty good.
Sonic Boom is great. I love it. The game was awful shit, and I hate the game. But the TV show was so self-aware of itself. It was great.
Honestly, Knuckles is hilarious.
Yes, exactly. It was great.
Yes.
That's why I'm excited for this. It's called Sonic Prime.
We're talking about the buff neck Knuckles though.
And actually, he's funny in that game. In the
But
movie,
he's buff though.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's brawling Knuckles, but he's like half of a straight man.
Oh my god.
If you get what I mean.
Now Sonic Boom is animated obviously, but now like
No,
I don't
it's
know if I
a
watched
3D animation. It was on Cartoon Network.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
It was on
I've seen
Yeah.
it here and there.
It's a funny show.
It's a funny show. It's very well
It's called,
done.
now it's going to be called Sonic Prime, and it comes out next year. But they didn't show any thing of it because it's.
They just said, hey, the people that worked on Boom and Sonic, I think it was Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we're working on this, and then like, cool. And then at the very end, they showed off a trailer for a new Sonic IP.
That's
Yep.
cool.
They didn't say the name of the title.
They just showed off.
But they showed off a couple of things, which is getting me and him thinking about what could be done. What I'm thinking is the way the Sonic looks. I don't know if you ever play Sonic Generations. The look of it, it's kind of giving me that it might be either taking place in the same universe or a sequel to Generations.
All right, so to give you an idea, right? The trailer is it looks like Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the Sega Genesis one. It looks like this. It looks like the short Fast Sonic, right?
Okay.
You have that, the animation style, and the way that he's running, and then the way that they go through with the trailer.
And don't forget the digital. It looked like little digital things, like
Yeah.
it's freaking cybernetic or something.
Exactly. So that brings you to a couple things, right? You thinking because Sonic Generations was you take essentially 2006 Sonics and like Sonic Adventure and Beyond Sonic.
Yep.
And then you take the Sonic from like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 up into Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. You take those Sonics, two different generations, put them in the game. That's what Sonic Generations was. Arguably probably one of the better games that came out in this time era for Sonic.
Yeah,
Right?
for modern Sonic.
Yeah. The only other ones that will probably be better will be Sonic Mania. But that's a whole different thing, right?
Yeah.
It looks like that Sonic might still be involved. There's a couple things to keep consider though. One, the timeline where we are with Sonic in general. It might not be Generations, but something else.
Well, that's what I'm thinking it could be. That's what I'm saying. I'm just thinking it could be because
Yeah, I thought it could be Generations as well. It also, hear me out, and this one's a really long stretch. I want everybody to understand this.
This is a long stretch. What is it called?
As a fan, to lead into
grain
this,
of salt. This is a grain of salt here.
To lead into this, as a fan of the Sonic stories, do you know what storyline they're taking with the movies?
I know it looks familiar
from the beginning of the movie. Do you remember what happened at the very beginning of the movie?
Yeah, he was in Green Zone, right?
He was traveling through different zones.
Yeah.
Who was chasing him? Who was his adoptive parent? Who was chasing him?
Oh, I forgot. I know what you're talking about. I forgot.
Who was training him? How important the rings are? Who was chasing him? The people who were chasing him? The Ichindas.
Yeah.
The one that was training him, it was the owl, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Right? Rings, super important. There's a couple things of Sonic series, right? In the games, rings are important because if you get hit when you don't have rings, you die.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sonic comics, not only do you not get a lot of them, they are the only thing rarer than the rings are the emeralds. That's it.
Damn.
And like the rings are super powerful.
Okay.
Which is shown off in the movies because he can basically warp hole through them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, my thought, we might be getting the first Sonic game with more of a connection to the story of the comics than we've ever had.
You think they actually might do that?
Yes.
Because not a ton of fans actually read the comics.
No. But my thought process on this is because how popular the first Sonic movie was.
Of course.
And how good that did. And it's like, anybody who's a Sonic fan, they saw what happened at the very beginning. They're like, what is that all about? What's going on? Who was that? Why are the rings so powerful?
Unless you're a true fan, you knew exactly what was.
I mean, yeah, but
everybody
even
aware.
as a true fan, you're like, what storyline is this?
Exactly.
Why is he with this? This is a young Sonic. What? Where's Tails? They were basically, what? What's going on? And it's like, why aren't we seeing anything from Robotnik? And then you realize that this is like more than a Sonic movie. This is more of a Robotnik Origins movie. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
So, with that being said, out of the 7 jillion storylines they can take, there are a couple that they can take from the comics lines, turn them into a game. Even further, they can specifically connect the movie storyline to the game.
In the words of anime and different sidelines, it'll be canon. They'll go from
Canon.
one to canon.
Yep.
So it'll go from one Bridget to make the comic and the game canon.
Yes. Now, the biggest thing about that is that like you can do that. They'd be completely standalone from the movie, but it would answer a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Because
so you think that is going to happen with this trailer?
I think that the current Sega and current Sonic people are ballsy enough to do that. Yes.
Why not?
They need to get a win because that past Sonic games, other than Mania, but that was done by not even the Sonic team.
Nope, that was done by a fan team.
Exactly. They haven't made a good Sonic game in a while, so I think they can afford to be a little daring, a little thing to try to
ballsy.
make something good. Because they have not been a good Sonic game in a while.
Yeah. The only time I remember good Sonic games was the episode 1 and 2, and that's it. I don't remember any other episodes after that. They released.
But yeah, it's just like literally the only good Sonic game that came out recently wasn't even made by them.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
Actually, not only that, there's another one. There's another one, by the way. There's another one, by the way. There's another fan-made 3D style Sonic game that
Freedom.
Yeah, did you play the Shadow trailer?
I did.
I watched my friend play it because I didn't hear about it until not too long ago, and I just happened to see him hop on Twitch and play it. Looked great. Shadow sounded as edgy as fuck, but like it is what it is. Sorry, excuse my French.
No, it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I think we're gonna get a Sonic game that is potentially going to tie into the movies, and I feel like if I'm right, we'll be getting more information on the game, and then that will subsequently segue into the movie. Like as in like giving us information for trailer.
Because then once the movie comes out, then the game will come out.
Well, the
release
game's
date,
not
then you
coming
find
out till next year anyway.
There you go. So
Yeah.
then
The
But
timelines-
the movie comes out early next year, right?
there you go. So if it's
Yeah.
early next year, E3, tie in, release date. It's a great PR move. If you are correct, that is a great PR move. Why not?
Not only is it a great PR move, it touches on untouched Sonic medium.
Which a lot of the Sonic fans will love. The
Yes.
longtime fans.
See, longtime fans love it, and then the new fans will understand that there's actually a core to a Sonic story, and it'll come off as brand new because everybody knows every other story for every other character, but not people understand the origins of Sonic in the first place.
Yeah. Not only that, even if they went as shallow as going just back to the old Toon Disney cartoon, it would still be fresh.
Yeah,
Because that's still relatively early Robotnik, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then they could use more new characters, like I think it was a kangaroo, or was it the reindeer guy that he had to race without his shoes.
Yes, I forgot his name, but yes.
I forget his name, but I can't remember.
It's from the cartoon, right?
Yeah, the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of untapped potential there. I mean, once you get into that untapped potential, you get to access.
all sorts of things.
Yeah, because Sonic is way more bigger than what it is. Like,
Yeah.
all the games spin
Archie
out.
Sonic is not to be trifled with.
Exactly. That's a lot of stuff that's in.
Not
And
pretty.
there's also not even just the comic book, the TV shows too. Like especially the Sonic the Hedgehog one, the serious one, not the funny one.
Yeah.
Had a lot of like extra characters and storylines in there that could work easily for games. Wow.
Yeah, no, like not only that, like a lot of the different
Sonic ain't nothing to
characters.
fluff with. Apparently.
No, it really doesn't. And like,
Yeah, you've
plus,
been longtime fans like us. We know these shits.
Yeah.
like, I just want to see Sally in a Sonic game. That's all I want.
I would love that too.
I would love to see Sally in a Sonic game.
I would love that too. Honestly.
I think that's all the topics we have. There's two, but I'm not really going to touch on it because we already spoke on Battlefield 6 and another one. Is there any other ones that you have listed there?
Well, I know. Wow, we did really go through everything. That was shit. That Rockstar new record thing.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. It's only for GTA.
Did you listen to the song?
No, I didn't.
released it.
I just
I saw-
seen it today. I was like, oh, okay.
I saw it.
Rockstar is collaborating with what's the Circo
Circo Loco.
Loco? It's a
It's
record
gonna be
label.
called
So now
Circo-
Rockstar has an actual record.
It's going to be
label
called
for
Circo
musicians.
Loco Records. It's going to be doing basically game music and dance music mixed together.
That's why it mainly is Grand Theft Auto 5 because clearly when you hop and whip, it's the first thing.
What
you
the thing
listen
is,
to.
they're actually going to be releasing it like on Spotify and stuff
Yep,
like that.
and
They're working with
they're-
actual DJs.
Yeah, actual DJs and artists, and then by the year's end, they're gonna have
Moody Man-
an album come out.
Moody Man and Moody Man and Axel Dixon will be on it. Carl Craig, Luciano, Seth Troxter will all be on there. And Seth Troxter actually released the first single for that album because that album's going to be coming out July 9th.
Oh, July 9th? That whole entire album?
That album's coming
Damn,
out July
that quick.
9th.
That was at the end of the year.
So they
It seemed like it was kind of a release single, and then have the whole compilation
Yeah.
right there. You know
So
what I mean?
Seth Troxter already released one of the songs, which is called Luminates.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
It's
Yeah,
an 8
Illuminations.
minutes. It's an 8-minute song.
Yep,
and it's
don't do
actually
that.
pretty decent. It's actually a pretty decent
Going
song.
hell. Illuminati. Ain't no going to hell with that. You can keep those 8 minutes to yourself.
You're stupid. Anyway, the songs was actually pretty decent. And I'm actually, I'm gonna check out more things.
I'll have to give it a shot. I mean, to be completely frank, like
I
should
get
be
it, but I don't
done.
think it's going to go nowhere.
we should be done with GTA 5 by now.
We should be GTA
Well,
6.
it's been GTA 5 for since PS3.
Yep. 3 systems. man.
2013, we've been
I
dealing
mean,
with
look,
GTA 5.
don't forget, we still got to deal with the same shit with Skyrim too. They ain't going nowhere either.
Oh yeah, no, remember, Skyrim has to be on everything. Literally everything.
If it's not there, it will be there.
If it has an electronic in it, Skyrim is gonna be on it.
With all of its bugs.
Remember the one that says Skyrim on the fridge? I won't be shocked if that happens.
Well, Microsoft already has that with a fridge from Microsoft. Why not?
Pretty much.
So that's why it's like, I think GTA is probably going to be the same thing. Because I know they're making a GTA 5 for the PS5.
Yep.
Why waste all that time?
Oh!
Because they said they're making money anyway, so let's just keep rolling with it until they need a demand.
I just want a 6 already. God, I don't even play
just 6.
GTA 5 and I want 6 already.
Like it's so overwhelming with Grand Theft Auto 5. It's so overwhelming. I can't even dive into it.
Well, there's so much DLC. They have the online thing now.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
can't.
like,
Just since all of our topics are knocked out pretty much, we're just going to go with a couple of other topics, fast topics. Obviously, we talked about Far Cry 6, will be released on October 7th after an 8-month delay.
Yeah, did you release a gameplay trailer for it? It takes place in a
I
fictional...
retweeted it on our Twitter. So
yeah, it takes place in a fictional Cuban area. I forgot the name of the place. But
why did that dude look like Al Sharpton?
I was gonna say anything though.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Al Sharpton.
He's not wrong.
He's not. That's the problem.
I'm absolutely correct. You better
Yeah,
look that up.
he's like a Cuban Al Sharpton.
Hey, look that up on your phone.
He looks like a Cuban.
I know.
We know how Al Sharpton looks like. We know. He's
Far
a
Cry
Cuban
6
Al
featuring
I
Al
guarantee
Sharpton.
you, I will look up Al Sharpton in Far Cry 6 and they'll, bro.
We're gonna put
They'll
that on.
put the two together to mix it
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna share this, and we're gonna put the hashtag like, was that Al Sharpton? Is that Al Sharpton?
The game looks pretty cool, though. I will say.
It does.
It kind of just looks like any other Far Cry, though, but
Yeah.
it looks pretty cool, though.
Al Sharpton.
Like,
That's
I probably
what I
would-
said.
I probably would've played it.
I looked through
Check
3 of those images. I'm like, that's not him. That can't be him.
It looks like Al Sharpton.
Is that him?
I'm laughing. That's what's so funny. I didn't even. That's so funny.
You looking
Like,
at that?
I'm looking it up right now. This is so ridiculous. Like, this dude really just looks like Al Sharpton, bro. Like, he really does, though.
He really does.
I don't know if you could. Can he show he can show it, right?
Yeah, you can show
Hold on,
it.
let me see.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, right. You can do it right here. Who that look like? That look like. That's Al Sharpton, bro.
That's Al Sharpton, bro.
It literally
You
looks like
can't tell me that's not, bro. Like, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
I had to.
does,
I had to because he
though.
looks super familiar. He looks super familiar.
Like, did they base like the mocap based on his face or something?
I don't know. What I do know is that, like, it looks like him. It is what it is.
He might act like him. Yeah, right here. Oh my God, Ubisoft insists latest game. Yeah. Isn't political. You know why it is political? Because I want to say, but it ain't Al Sharpton. That's probably why. Damn, he look just like him, yo.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Too many things to say about that, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is funny. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrated is giving Asian American voice actors a big spotlight.
I was so happy about that too.
It's pretty cool.
Like
good.
the 3 of them, it's like gives them more representation, which I freaking love.
Oh, just a quick thing too, which it ties to us and what we do for podcasts. Twitch DMCA just kept coming.
Yeah,
They said that those videos had to get taken down,
thousands more videos because of songs.
but Twitch didn't do that. It's record companies,
record companies.
that don't want to negotiate, that hits them and they legally have to take it down.
Yep, that's why you have to be careful.
Twitch had to
with
send a
songs
notice
like
to
that.
those that stream on Twitch to say, hey, look, to avoid it, because if it happens, we are trying to work with others, but we can't do it.
And it's focusing on all the VODs they have, so which means they have to go through every single. And there's some Twitch streamers who have thousands of videos, so they have to go through all of them, or delete every single one of them without even looking at it, or else they could get a DS. And they get 3 strikes, they're out. They have no
Did
more
you hear
money.
about this? Woman arrested for alleged arson threat to Attack on Titan's anime studio.
Oh yeah, no, this. So I'm gonna
So
start
she
this
sounds
off.
crazy. So she sounds crazy.
So I'm gonna start this off by. There are 2 different types of anime fans.
Her.
The type of fans that enjoy things will critique them, have their likes and dislikes, and then the fans that are like Final Fantasy VII fanboys from the old days.
I was about to say, don't compare me to them. Her.
Look,
You
Can
be a
you-
fanboy for some other things?
look,
But
listen.
not like her though. I don't think you go out.
No,
and
I'm not
shank
saying
her.
that. All right, no, listen, right?
Okay.
No, all right, now, can you explain to me what the Final Fantasy VII fandom was like a couple years ago?
It was toxic.
Just toxic?
Okay, it was a little more than toxic.
Yeah. The anime, there are parts of the anime fandom
Well, I'm
that are
part
like
of the
that.
K-pop fandom, so I know what toxic is.
Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity.
I know what
everywhere.
toxic. I know what toxic. You're part of the Sonic fan. You should know that too.
I know. That's what I'm
I was
explaining.
gonna say, you should definitely know that too.
So, all right,
Sonic's
this
definitely
happens a
huge,
lot. This happens a lot, and like this isn't the first incident this kind of thing happened.
Yeah, no,
But
there's been instances, but this is just kind of funny.
Like
For real, that deep,
these people are upset, right?
upset and obsessed.
Yes, and it's never really a good combination. So to give you guys a perspective, it has been about a month and a half since it has come out.
Yeah, so
I'm not going to say anything in depth.
It's a character, though. I know that it's a character.
Let me get there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything in
He ain't
depth.
trying to get stabbed up when he goes.
I'm not trying to get stabbed in the streets by some random fan.
I just know it has to do with the character. I know.
Hopping off
But-
from the roof.
These people, this particular person, might specifically be a fan of the manga, and the manga just ended. Anybody who knows what happened at the end of the manga is not necessarily happy. As somebody who read the last chapter because I was told of what happened, it was a kind of quality where you had to see it to believe it. That's all I will say on that.
Yeah, because you don't want to die.
But this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
From Attack on Titan to Kobayashi Maid-sama, where people were trying to give Kobayashi Maid-sama shit because the design of one of the newer characters for the new season that's coming out this year, her tits are bigger than the other girl's tits.
Oh my god.
Like she's got
It gets serious.
It gets serious. Now,
Really?
yes.
Oh my.
And I'm gonna tie this into something else too, which is gonna be ridiculous. But like these kind of things, like people get really into arguing about these kind of things, like why Japanese studios should or shouldn't do this shit, or et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
To the point where somebody who, I'm gonna see if I can find the thing later, but American comic artist for like a particular comic tried to come out and like throw shade at Japanese manga artists or such about female representation in manga or whatever, or how they look and shit.
Yeah.
And first of all, the entire anime Twitter roasted this nigga. Roasted him, bro. Like, I mean,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
bro, they came at his throat, bro.
It was bad.
They came at his
Just by
throat.
him saying they shouldn't be representing him like that. People
Like, they
just
shouldn't be doing, like, they shouldn't be drawing, like, girls, like, all sexy and stuff. And all
don't
this, blah, blah, blah,
don't
blah, blah.
sexualize them. Too
Yeah,
much,
this or that, or this and that. Meanwhile, like, they don't have any kind of real representation. Like, it's probably all just dudes drawing chicks. Meanwhile, everybody's showing all the pictures of all the female manga artists who are drawing female porn. And all of that. And it's like, they are going at his neck. And they're like, they even pull this you, talking about him drawing girls. Like, this you? The person who doesn't like his own shit, but you want to talk shit about other people's shit? Get out of here, bro, before you get ran. Like, bro, it was bad.
It was.
It was really bad. But, like, this has been something that's been happening for, like, the past few years. Like, almost a lot of different anime mediums and a lot of different manga mediums. So, I'm not surprised.
I understand the severe, some fan gets really, really sensitive over something. But to that extent,
There's some people who get like that, yeah.
Bro, like, manga.
That's crazy.
The amount of times that I've heard of different instances where different manga artists have gotten death threats because of things that have happened in their series is disgusting.
It's scary.
It's disgusting.
It's like some things like they threaten, they send like creepy ass shit like that.
Yeah.
To, like,
Yeah,
if
it's
you don't
bad.
change it, you will die. It's like they do a lot of creepy. Like
People, like, it's bad because, like, on one hand, this dude was able to make a story so enticing that he got people's willing to kill him for it when he's technically their god.
exactly.
That's respect. If you make a story and you're about to get threatened for your life over that, and it was so ill, that's a #1 hater.
Like,
That means you doing something absolutely correct.
yeah, exactly. Like, you got to be doing something right at that point.
Hell yeah.
But,
you
like,
don't got a hater. You got a Super Saiyan hater. You got somebody like that's ready to die for the cause of debate over your story
that you control.
that you control and created.
Like, it's like, what's a god? Like, what was a god to a non-believer, bro? Like, like, what's up? Like, come on. Like, that's it. But
That's crazy, man.
that's pretty much what that is. Like, this has been happening in the anime scene for a while. It's
Until
not
now.
pretty.
Of course, it's not pretty. It's sick.
Never pretty. And it's on both sides too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, just recently, and I'm still bitter about this personally. Just recently, we had an issue with a mangaka because, like, not all the times will you have the person doing the story also drawing it.
Okay.
A lot of times you have the person who writes the story, then they have somebody who draws it.
Yeah, have animators to do it themselves.
Or yeah. So there's a series called Act Age, and it fit the bill for a lot of things for me that really, like, I'm gonna put myself out there, right? guilty pleasure of mine is Skip Beat. And Skip Beat is a series that's about a girl who wants to get revenge on somebody who technically was her boyfriend, technically wasn't, but they were like, she basically like rented out an apartment in Tokyo, was working like 3 jobs to keep it there while he went out and pursued his dream to become a musician. And then comes to find out that he don't give a damn about her, and he's just using her for whatever. So she decides to get into the music biz to get her revenge. And it's just a personal growth of her backstory and like her actually growing to really enjoy the business. But she doesn't go into music, she goes into acting. So she's in acting, he's in music, and then like all that, like, because it's all the same thing, right? So like that's that, right? I can count on one hand the amount of times I've seen something realistically based in that kind of situation, and the other opposite side of the spectrum are idols, as opposed to like going into just like showbiz solo or anything like that. You get a lot of people making shows and things about idols or idol groups and like the fancy things of like them being like really young or whatever, right? The Skip Beat is more of like she's like just freshman year high school age into the business and like really living that actual like actor life business. She's in there, right? Act Age is another thing in the same concept, and it was very well done. Really well written. The artist, so good. Such a good artist. And it was getting to a point, I was talking to my friend, like, Lewis will tell you, I don't miss when I call out animes. I was starting to call this out as an anime. Like, I was like, this is getting to that point where I think this is worth getting an anime. Like, it's good enough, it has enough characters, there's nothing like it on the market, right? No brainer. Author gets caught basically being a pedophile by trying to sexually harass high school girls, and then admits to it.
So now that's not going to be made because
it's canceled. Exactly. So it's canceled. It's canceled.
Now
and
it's
I
not
feel
going to be made
like,
because of that.
Exactly. And this is what I mean by both sides. So like you have this shit happening from the fan side.
The second book is the one that he got caught of the second book, right? That you mentioned.
Not the Skip B person. No, it's the other one. The other one. Act Age. The person who did Act Age. Yes. Let's make that clear.
Yeah, that's
let's make that clear.
I wanted to make sure we have
Skip B is
so
still
your
going.
favorite anime the manga that you read and loved to understand for the storyline is completely separate from a person that copied or got influenced from that same concept.
Yep, and then all right. So
but
the person, So the one that wrote Skip B, is still going. They're phenomenal.
Good.
I love them. They're very unproblematic.
Yep.
Great story. Love their characters. Blah blah blah.
Meanwhile,
the person who has the artist drawing phenomenal art for them is her first time drawing a big series for a manga studio, and it's a good series. He's got a good story going. He's got great characters, phenomenal setup for like longevity in terms of like stuff that he can write plot for. And then he does this. And it does it at the worst time because his story was right at the peak. Like I felt like his popularity was about to hit a peak for the series. They just got a stage play announced right when this happened, and like it was on track to get an ending. So that happens. The girl that drew for him, she was like, "I'm glad that the person. Don't worry about me, like blah blah blah. I'm glad that he's like being held accounted for. I will figure something like the manga company is working with me, blah blah blah. Maybe eventually I'll have another manga, but like she was like more like worry about those girls that got assaulted, that kind of thing.
Because look, he did it. He's gonna have to deal with what he needs to deal with. Make sure justice has been served, but whatever it is.
Exactly.
That's
it's like as somebody who loves manga, I hate seeing things get canceled, and it's like. Every time I think about it, it makes me upset because it's like it didn't get canceled because it was bad.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't canceled out for a normal thing or pushback or pressure. It was literally a sick, twisted, personal thing
because of what he did.
That dude was doing in the side.
Yep, and it's like you kind of wonder
knowing that he had a jewel ready to go and ready to take off.
Bro, I'm telling you, like they had a stage play announced. They just finished a phenomenal arc. They were just about to get into another arc. They were literally in the prime beginning of another arc after they just finished probably the second best arc in the manga.
When did this happen? When was this reported?
This was last year, or no, sorry, year before last. Actually, it's been a while because it happened before COVID. COVID.
Okay. All right.
And like the year like when COVID happened, like that whole entire time was just kind of a blur. But it's unfortunate. But like you that's what I mean that's what I meant when I said it happens on both sides. Yeah. Like it's just not cool. On both sides. Fans or creators, like these kind of things, it's not something you really want to deal with.
To speak on that, there was an issue. I don't know his name, but he was a voice actor for Dragon Ball. And he was
Vic?
caught with Vic. Yep, he was caught with harassment. And
Oh
all that
yeah,
jazz
he's been
happening.
having issues.
And he was a voice actor of Broly. So
yeah, he's been having issues for a while.
Yeah. So then, and now they use that against, and then they're like, oh, what kind of things was happening? And he's sitting there, not debunking it, but like saying it's not that bad, it's not that bad. Then there's more reports. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's like these kind of things pop up all the time, and you just kind of get worried. It's like, how much of this gets swept under the rug? This is why they always talking about like the voice of the victim is never always heard, etc., etc. And it's just it's rough.
It's unfortunate because it always gets swept under. A lot of it gets swept.
Yeah,
under.
a lot of it gets swept
when
under
it comes
the rug.
out. You don't know who was the, I would say not the predator, or who's lying, or what happened, or how. You know,
exactly.
It's very dicey, and it's just unfortunate.
It's
but
very
justice
unfortunate.
needs to be served with that, because that's something you just don't play with.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's what I mean by both sides of the spectrum. Where you have fans like that, or then like you have the people like you remember that Yandere incident that happened a few years back?
Yep.
With the crazy girl that stabbed the dude that like actually happened in real life.
Yep. And
actual
people were
real
like
life
obsessed
Yandere
with her.
Yeah, there was a girl in Japan. I believe it was Japan.
Yeah, it was Japan.
She was stalking this dude, or she was like talking to this dude, and like he tried to like cut ties with her, and she fucking flipped, killed him, and stabbed him like 30 times in the middle of a Japanese train station, and sat there with the knife covered in his blood and the phone, smiling when they came.
And I think she was arrested and all that type of stuff. But there were people online who were like fetishizing her, like freaking like loving what she did, like.
They wanted to have. I'm looking at your face, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh, you see it? Yo!
Like no, like this is real. Like
this is real. Yes.
This has happened.
This happened. I think it's been 5 years now. I think, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. Some people online just like that type of stuff, and I don't want to say why, but they do.
It's like it's one thing to like a Yandere character in a manga because like it's not real, but this is real. This bitch will kill you.
Exactly.
Why would you like that?
And she killed the person. They're like, oh, let me see it. Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Basically.
Take that blood, put it in my forehead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Splash it in the camera so I know it's real.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that was a good, somewhat topic to get into for the last bit of the. Wow. It's very fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. Until next time. So next week, I think we're getting more closer to E3.
Yeah.
So we should have more details and more
more
time
predictions
slots.
and stuff. Time
Yeah.
slots. Hopefully.
I'm gonna see what I can do for E3. I might be trying to also run my show too, so we'll see.
Yes. So shouts out your podcast real quick.
Yeah, my podcast, Joe's Universal Compendium. It's posted at least twice a month. I always review anime of the season, every season, always. You look up there. We do we do have a lot of stuff planned. We have stuff planned for if you're fans of Origairu, the anime, which is what is the English title of that? My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's a long name.
Yeah, we have stuff planned for that. We have a couple game ideas that we wanted to talk about. We wanted to do like in-depth stuff for Halo. We're still in the process of playing through all the old Halos from the first one all the way up to the current ones, just to kind of give you a rundown of the stories. And
Outlandish don't know nothing about that.
yeah,
I played it and I sucked at it.
You did. You took the damn ghost and you backed up and you hit a damn rock. And you got
It was bad.
You put the turbo on a truce and
And he wants me to play first-person shooters, and I suck at them. Every single one of them.
absolutely terrible.
it's okay. But we have a lot of stuff lined up. We specifically with one of the things that we'll be doing soon. I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but it's once the series is over, we go back, we rewatch it, and we kind of pick it apart, and we like kind of like give you a breakdown of like the growth of this character, or like what the kind of setting is, and how did these characters change in the
deep
setting.
data analysis of anime.
Yes.
That's
cool.
nice. So for those that enjoy anime and anime breakdowns, they got to check out your podcast.
Exactly.
We already did a couple of things for it. Like we did a small one with Nier Automata.
Okay.
We did another small one with Recreators. That was the first one we did with that. The next one, like I said, is going to be off of Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. The final season happened. The light novel's now finished. So we have all the material. We can cross-reference and everything. It's just a matter of actually, we have to sit down, do the research, and put it up. But you'll find it anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
Nice.
If you find it on an Anchor, that's fine. But if you like it on Spotify, listen to Spotify.
Yep.
Apple Podcasts.
Anywhere you get the podcast. Yep.
Yeah, anywhere. Shout out to Anchor for that.
Yeah,
Real
man.
good shit.
Yeah, man. BoP, Twitter, YouTube. Boom. Get it. Yeah. Oh, hold up. Get it. There you go. Cool. BoP. Follow us on Twitter. There's so many, man. There's so many. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, even Patreon. Where else? Give me another one. Anchor. Give me another one.
YouTube.
Wait.
Twitch.
I think I mentioned that.
You already said Twitch.
Do it again.
I can't think of
Follow, like, subscribe, comment, sharing is caring,
TikTok.
notification bell, and TikTok. Yes. You could do it again.
And TikTok.
There you go. So that could be a TikTok thing too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. So again, thank you all. Sharing is caring show. There's gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday of all the uploads of the actual segments, some popular segments, right on the YouTube. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. Next Saturday will be our next stream.
It'll be a Saturday this time.
Saturday, yeah. These last days were 2 Fridays. So.
Yeah.
But now we're back on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. You'll see it followed on Twitter and everything. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. Peace.